Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Cummcast. This week's beer of the week, and since it is post-October, this is not a pumpkin beer. This is a beer that I just had recently, a wonderful beer brought to us by Big Lug Canteen Brewing. And that's right, Canteen, like the round thing you bring with water on the cattle trail. Canteen. Name of the brewery. Not my name. This beer is called Baewatch. This is a fruit beer that is a rotating German wheat beer, aka a Hefeweizen. So this is a fruit beer Hefeweizen. This is a rotating tap at Big Lug Canteen Brewery. And this is a very citrusy beer. It is mildly sweet, mildly tart. It is a full-bodied fruit beer. It is a wonderful taste. It is a wonderful beer for wine lovers. It reminded me a lot of certain types of wine. So this has an ABV of 4.5% and a 3.62 bottle cap rating on Untappd.com. So go please and go get some Baewatch beer and go check out the array of beers offered at Big Lug Canteen Brewing. But especially this Baewatch, you're gonna love it. Now let's get into the episode. Longtime friend. I started comedy with him a long time ago. We've been friends for a while. And he is here in the studio. First time guest, Mr. Will Concannon. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Cummcast. I am Ryan, as always, your host. And joining me, as always, is Cody. What up? How is everybody? I am your Oink Master General. Welcome. Thank you for filling in the ranks of the Pig Milker Army today. I am proud to present a longtime friend. I started comedy with this guy. I was there for his first show. Please welcome Mr. Will Concannon, everybody.
Hi, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. I like that Oink Master General. That's pretty good.
That's right. Yeah, you are now an official guest for the Pig Milker Army. We are the pig milking cult. I don't know why. I don't know how we turned into that. It came out. I said I
just wanted to be a cult.
Yeah, we just want to be a cult, really bad. I don't know why.
I wanted to be the wet ass cult.
We're not being the wet ass cult.
Well, okay.
Because if we're the wet ass cult, we're never gonna. The one rule we have is to never listen to Cardi B.
We're never dry. That's the one fucking rule. We're never dry.
I just really want to wear some kind of robe.
Yeah, you guys are... That would be weird if that's your whole thing of your gang. It's just never dry.
We're never dry.
Who are these wet motherfuckers over here?
It's like
from
wet
boys.
It's like from Home Alone. It's just like we're the wet bandits.
Yeah, we're the wet bandits.
Are we just gonna flood people's basements?
I mean, they did, so...
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
I haven't watched this all the way through, but I really want to.
You've never watched one Home Alone? all the way through?
I probably have when I was a little kid, but I, don't remember it. I know that he's home alone, but that's all I can tell you, really. But I know Joe Pesci's in one of them, and he's my favorite actor ever.
Yeah.
I was gonna get actually a Joe Pesci tattoo, and
are you fucking?
Well,
that's great.
The idea for it's really cool. So you know how people get knuckle tats,
right?
I was just gonna get Joe Pesci on my knuckles because it fits. It would be Joep. The rest of it.
God.
It was to the point where I got a quote from a tattoo artist and. He was too busy, but I don't know. I'm thinking about getting on the insides maybe, so it's not just out there.
This is like, hey, Joe Pesci, you big fan?
that would be great. It would be cool if you had a timeline, you got him in Goodfellas, and then you fast forward, you got him in Home Alone.
Honestly, I don't know if anybody has a Joe Pesci tattue. I've never seen one.
I bet if you Google it, you can find one.
Really fucking... there's people...
I'd be surprised.
There's people with full... I mean, I've seen Joe Rogan post about the tattoos. It's his full fucking face.
Everybody gets one of him, though.
No, not everybody.
A lot of people.
I don't know. Enough people like Goodfellas enough that and someone I'm sure has one.
Right.
I probably like Goodfellas enough to get a Goodfellas tattoo. I'm like, see, look at that shit.
Several, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Someone has a Home Alone one. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's a fucking good one right there.
Yeah,
he's got the burnt head.
He has fucking.
Why is he next to the Jesus tattoos?
That's probably the same artist.
God damn it! He also has what's his name? I talked about him before. I said Adam Couch looked like him. Shit. I can't fucking remember.
I don't know. I don't know who the fuck you said Adam Couch looked like.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Speaking of Joe Pesci, the other day, I'm working from home now, and I just don't have anything to do, and I had enough time.
So what is working from home entail?
I do quality assurance. So, like, you know,
okay.
Yeah, you call somewhere, and they're like, this call's being recorded for quality. Like, I'm pretty much just the person listening to that phone call.
Wait, no shit.
Yeah.
That's an actual fucking thing?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So pre-COVID, would you still do that from home?
I've worked at this place before, like 5 years ago, and like, yeah, they would have people working from home there, but now it's at the point where, I don't think that they're going to have the people, like, if they wanted me to come back to the office, I wouldn't do it.
Right.
Just get another job.
No, not at all.
It's clear that everyone can work from home, and there's not really a reason for people to use
right.
up that real estate in there.
That's the way they're doing it with a lot of people at my work. A lot of the people, they're just, if they can work from home, they're staying home, and then they're bringing in more people later whenever they can.
Right.
Yeah, and this place will probably, I imagine, they've went from like a bigger building to a smaller one, I think, and they're probably going to go to a smaller one just having less people. Like, there's some people that I guess it's necessary to come in, like the people who do orientation and stuff like that, training people, but yeah, I imagine they're going to, I mean, why pay more rent for a building? When you can
exactly. It just bring them in when they have to, like, to have a meeting or do training or a review or something like that. Yeah. Fuck, you could do. I work weekends now, and my supervisor gave me my annual review from home.
Yeah.
She texts me. She's like, she took a screenshot of my review and sent it to me. She's like, here's your review. And she's like, do you have any questions? I was like, no. Sounds good. Okay. That was it. Like, I don't work from home, but I've seen, like, Twitter and a bunch of other major companies, a lot of them are just going to stay home now after this.
Might as well, you know?
Yeah. I think it gave people an opportunity to realize how functionable we can be at home and how unfunctional we can be at home.
Right.
I know a lot of people at my work also work from home, and I personally am friends with somebody that works from home, and she says as long as she gets her work done, like in a normal setting, I mean, that's it.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have to work a full 8 hours or whatever?
Today, if I'm going to be honest, I clocked in at like 8 o'clock and went back to bed until 11 o'clock. Like, dude, because I have a quota that I have to meet, and it varies, but it's usually about like 20 phone calls I have to listen to for the week.
So these are already pre-recorded, and you have to go through. Okay.
Right.
So, like, I can listen to one like a day before, and I'll just pick like ones that are like maybe 8 minutes long. Even if I was picking the longest ones, I'm going to have most of my week free. So I'll just do like a couple of those.
Right.
And, I mean, I'm finding stuff wrong with them. I'm doing what they want me to do.
Yeah.
I think
does it pay? How does it pay? Okay,
yeah,
like
$12 an hour.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's really not that bad. You literally
to clock in and sleep for another 3 hours and get up.
Yeah. We're not going to name where he works because they probably won't be happy about that.
Yeah,
yeah. That's crazy though. That's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I with my weekend job, I thought about getting a second job, and I was just like, do I really fucking want that?
I don't want one.
No, I don't.
I work too much already.
Do not want to do that.
I've heard of a couple people like who have a position like mine where they can work from home, and they're like, okay, most of my day is free, and they get just a second job, and they're working like maybe 40 hours a week, probably even less than that, and making like, I don't know, maybe you have two $12 an hour jobs.
Right. If you think about it, you could listen to calls while delivering pizzas.
Right.
You could, if you think about it.
That would be tough. You have to do like, I mean, there's a lot of resources I have to look in, but it still doesn't take that long. You probably couldn't, it's hard to multitask whenever I do it, but you could get all your calls done early in the day and then go do delivery for sure.
That's crazy though. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Because I don't even have to be at my computer because they give me. I feel like I'm getting too much information about this place now. They give me like a burner phone, and so like the way they can tell if I'm working is we open Microsoft Teams like every day, and someone can like call me or whatever to make sure I'm at my desk. But I can just open it on. I've done it before where I just open it on my phone and like go outside, walk my dog and stuff. So,
well, hey, that's fine.
There is a chance though that they can be like, "Hey, we need you to do something," because you're kind of like, I'm only listening to those phone calls all week, but like I'm kind of also on call. If someone hits me up like, "Hey, so and so's out today," or "We need you to do a task," or whatever. Like, I'm kind of, I can't go too far. Like, I wouldn't leave my house during work.
Right, exactly. Which is fine. I mean, as long as you got like your working hours, and after that you're fucking done and you're shutting off for the day. Like, as long as you have a schedule and you obviously, you can work the system how you want and still function throughout your day. I mean, I assume it's probably all right. Yeah. I feel like as long as you get your work done, nobody's going to complain.
Say shit.
Nobody's going to complain to you.
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel too. As long as I go in, I get what I need done, and I do it the right way, nobody's going to say a fucking word to me or anything,
Have you ever heard my joke I tell about the guy, like, at the call center showing me his gun?
Yeah, I have heard
So
that one.
it's that place I'm working at again.
Have you reconnected with your old friend, the gun owner?
No, I ran into him a couple years ago. I mean, he's a cool dude. He was like, I tell that story like he's a crazy guy. He was actually like really, like, relaxed and.
Hey, bro, want to see my gun?
Well, yeah. I feel like if you meet somebody that asks you initially if you want to see my gun, it's probably good he's relaxed.
Yeah. And I tell that joke like kind of as if I'm like super anti-gun a little bit, because it's kind of like it's not really a pro-gun joke, but like me, like in the moment, like him showing me his gun, I was like, yeah, this is actually pretty cool because I think pistols are cool.
Right. To me, it feels like it's more of a fucking weirdo with a gun joke.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of weirdos with guns, and there's a lot of weirdos without them.
Yeah.
But what's more dangerous? What's scarier? A weirdo with a gun or a weirdo with the availability to get anything else?
A weirdo with a knife.
I would think a weirdo, like a weird person with the availability to get anything besides a gun, because the gun's too easy, man. Like, he could come at you with like a fucking weed whacker, and who knows what he's going to do with you.
Oh, I'd fuck someone up with a weed whacker. If he was coming at me with a weed whacker, dude, I'm kicking the shit out of that guy.
But I feel like weirdos wouldn't use guns. Would use something else. Like, they'd come at you with...
They come at you with, like, fucking paper clips.
Or with, like, an AIDS condom or something like that. Something crazy.
Right. That's funny. So, I seen that you chopped the mullet off, dude.
Yeah, I was just... it didn't grow, like... It's not an even haircut. Like, there's different layers on top and on the sides and the back, so it doesn't grow in super well.
Right, so you didn't Joe Dirt it. You're just... You're too much Indiana for it.
Well, I was almost found myself in a Joe Dirt kind of situation because, like, I don't really want to go into a business and stuff and be that close with someone when I don't want to. So then it kind of became a thing where I was like, well, I have a mullet and, like, I can get a haircut, but, like, I don't want to because, like, I feel like maybe it's not safe. And it was a thing where people were like, doesn't he know we can just cut it? Yeah, I did know I could just cut it, but I didn't want to because I was being considerate.
Right. That's like Adam. Adam doesn't give a shit.
Adam is a mullet.
Yeah.
Adam is a mullet.
He works at a pawn shop and tells jokes.
He works at a pawn shop.
He works at a pawn shop now?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he works at a pawn shop back home.
From what I understand, he fucking loves it.
Dude, he seems like a guy who'd be super into
They
that.
only hired him because he does comedy and he has a mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. I mean,
that's the place where he walked in.
Video.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they literally hired him because he does that. And then he does security for his main job. And who's not going to hire a security guard with a mullet?
Right.
And Adam Couch is a big guy. He's a bigger guy. I mean, so he'll protect you and you can touch his hair.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I bet a pawn shop would be an interesting job. I mean, if you're someone who's just interested in random stuff, that would be cool.
I remember the last time he came on, he had a few stories for us. They were pretty fucking weird.
I think he said that day somebody come in and was like pointing a gun at him, trying to sell it to him.
He's like, "Hey man, how much you give me for this?"
Yeah.
So fucking pointing at him.
How much is like the cheapest gun you can get from a pawn shop, you think?
Probably like $199.
I would say like $100. I would say like $100.
You probably get them for $100.
I say that you could buy, depending on what pawn shop you go to, and I'm like a small town, maybe in the South or Florida, not pointing any fingers, but I feel like you could walk into a pawn shop and be like, hey, here's 2 pennies and a fucking bale of hay.
Yeah.
Here, you can have a
gun. I feel like Florida, they just find guns on streets.
Yeah,
so
I know in a previous episode, last episode, or 2 episodes ago, we shit on Rule King, and it's just like, if you want to buy a gun and they'll give it to fucking anybody, go to Rule King.
Yeah, they pretty much do.
Which is, I mean, we both own guns. Do you own?
I don't have one. Yeah, I don't have one.
But you really want one, don't you?
Well, I've just grown up like in a super rural area.
Exactly.
Like, I grew up like in the Indiana, or what are they called, Hoosier National Forest.
Right.
So like Yeah, I grew up like handling them and like knowing how to shoot and stuff.
Right.
But
It's one of those things.
I've never bought one, but I think it would, because I'm not like super like pro gun rights or anything, but I just think a pistol is a cool little machine. You know,
Yeah.
It would be nice to have one just to, I don't know, just like take apart and stuff.
Just to like look at.
Yeah, they're cool.
Look at it and just picture your
Maybe
enemies.
Walk outside and just like pop, pop,
Just
pop. All right, I'm done.
just picture your fucking enemies inside of it, you know? Just and let's be honest, see, but you with a gun though, it takes away your finesse because you are the biggest shit talker I've ever met.
Oh
in my
yeah,
life.
I would never take it out anywhere.
No, you would never take it out, but it takes away from your finesse though. It's just like, I got a gun. But see, you just like, the biggest shit talker I've ever met in my life, Will Concannon. Biggest ever. We would be outside of an open mic, just telling jokes, hanging out with everybody outside, and we're facing the main road. And there's somebody walking down the sidewalk on the other side, and he just yells something at them. Had no idea who the fuck they are. No idea.
All right. Whenever I yell at someone, though, it's usually something nice.
No, it's not.
It's usually something nice.
Or if it's something mean, then they deserved it. I think.
It's usually something nice.
You're famous. You're famous for if people will not quit talking during your set on stage.
Well, I'll say whatever.
Yeah, it does not matter. Okay? So if you talk during one of Will Concannon's sets on stage, he will make you feel like you probably just should have never been born.
I'm better about that now because like I don't know. I'm just less of a mean person since I stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Like so, I try to. I don't know. One of my favorite people comics right now is Sam Morril, and he has like a lot of videos where people interrupt him and stuff, and he's so good with hecklers, but he's like not mean to him. So you should pull one up real quick. Pull up a Sam Morril with hecklers video.
Sam Morril.
Also, he's got a special on YouTube called "I Got This." It's like it's a MO.
Oh, okay.
It's like my favorite special I've seen in a super long time.
You guys kind of look alike.
A little bit.
Should I do like heckler video?
Yeah, just type in heckler and one will come up.
Oh no, it's
It's CK.
That was spelled heckler. I'm sorry.
Cody Swerble giggling. There's that 2-minute one right there. Or one.
Oh, the one where they try to order drinks pretty funny.
Which one?
The second one.
This one?
Yeah.
Come on, don't pop an ad. There we
I
go.
can hear every word you're saying. You're the least quiet.
I got it.
Oh, that's all right. It's just, it's a live performance. You need another drink? Yeah, that's not my jurisdiction. You can't tell. Do you see the mic? Do I look like I'm taking orders up here? Patron? Yeah. I'm not going to do it. You want it? One shot? I didn't give a shit about the numbers. The principle. You're an idiot. What if I just took her order and you guys are like, he's just going to leave right now? No. There was a point in my career when I might have. 9 late night appearances, 3 specials. Get your own fucking drink.
Big flex.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, him and Moshe Kasher are probably my favorite comedians right now.
Yeah. I have not even watched any specials recently. There's so many, and by the time I can sit down and watch one, there's like 10 more I want to watch. Yeah. And it's just, I just don't have time for any of that.
Right.
Lately.
Of course, everybody, like, they're putting out a lot.
They're putting out a lot of specials.
Mm-hmm.
One that I really liked is, and I can't remember his fucking name. I had it at the top of my head, is the guy who put it on YouTube, and it was in snippets.
Mark Norman?
No, it was in snippets, and damn, I cannot remember his name.
Let's see, who's put him on YouTube? Sam Morril, he was like the kind of first guy in this new trend of people doing it. He did it. Mark Norman put one up.
It was last year.
Okay. Hannibal Buress put up Miami Nights.
It was...
that's more recent than that.
He does these Instagram stories where he's just shit-talking all different types of politics. And I cannot remember his name.
I can't remember his name either. I know who you're talking about, though. He was on
Dylan?
No, he was on TFATK a lot.
Yeah, he's on TFK a lot. He's on Something's Burning with
Andrew
Mark
Schultz?
Kreischer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz.
Okay.
Yeah,
He had a
yeah.
crowd work special that I watched. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, Adam Schultz. He put out that YouTube special, and it was just in like 10-minute snippets.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking great. It was 10-minute snippets, and he had like 6 or 7 of them, and it was fucking awesome.
Well, I know he was doing it, and then people started having him on their podcasts and stuff, and be like, "Why do you do this?" And like, because people don't really watch videos, more than 20 minutes, and it's hard to keep people for 2.5 hours.
Right.
So,
It's smart thinking. It really is. I mean, if you see something, so I feel like podcasts are different though, unless obviously it's if you watch it on YouTube, because obviously if you're sitting there on YouTube watching a 6-hour Joe Rogan podcast, I mean, like, you don't have anything else better to do.
no.
But if you sit down for 2 hours and listen to this, or an hour and a half or whatever, it's different than watching a movie, or you're not going to sit down and watch a fucking YouTube video unless it's a podcast for an hour and a half.
I mean, unless it's interesting.
Unless you're just like a documentary. Yeah, interesting, but not like a comedy special. And honestly, a lot of comics get their best jokes in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's kind of, it's almost like a fill-in.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, did you see Andrew Schultz's crowd work special?
No.
Either of you?
No.
He's got one of those, and Moshe Kasher also has a crowd work special. It's super funny.
No,
And
I
it's,
did.
or it's not a special, actually. It's an album. He makes that clear because there's no video of it. It's just audio.
Oh, that's
he,
cool.
He wanted to specifically do an audio-only crowd work special.
That's cool. I did like Adam Ray's. Adam Ray made a crowd work special, and I did like his. It's actually really good. Adam Ray's a funny guy. He's really good at impressions.
Oh, really?
And they have a really good podcast about last night. It's him and I can't think of fucking names today. It's
Brad?
Yeah, him and Brad Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him and Brad Williams.
I don't know. You gotta have, having that quick, fast reply doing crowd work and stuff.
What's your go-to? Do you have a go-to? Like if somebody just shouts something stupid, what's your go-to?
Sometimes it depends what they say and shit. Just the thing that comes to the top of my head is
So you're telling a joke and I go, you suck.
I'd say, why do you have that tight fucking shirt on?
Tight fucking shirt.
And it doesn't matter if you're wearing one. I can't remember who I even heard say that, dude, but it was some comic and he was like, dude, yeah, if you say someone's got a tight shirt, that's the perfect thing. Like, you can't say anything back to that.
Why is your shirt so tight, bro?
That is the tightest. Like, are you all right? Can you breathe in there? Like, that's how tight their shirt is.
I haven't really had a lot of hecklers in my time on stage, but the few times I did, it was basically, just fuck your mother or something like that. It wasn't clever.
They said fuck your mother?
It wasn't that.
Or you said fuck your mother?
Yeah, I said fuck your mother.
Fuck your mother.
Yeah, it wasn't clever, but, I just wanted them to shut the hell up, to be honest with you.
It's at the point now where, I don't know, I feel like hecklers in general pick on people who were people who are kind of weak. I don't usually hear a heckler say something to someone that's super confident on stage.
Right.
So at this point, if I hear anyone talking during my set, it's almost at the point where it's mostly people saying oh yeah, that's happened to me. And sometimes you can maybe have a quick thing to say to them to get them to realize not to say that. But
right.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just trying to get better about not berating a paying customer.
Right. Not firing off.
Not attacking someone.
Not firing off insults.
I haven't done it in a while, really.
Well, that's good. That's good. What's have you been on stage lately at all since COVID?
Yeah, I've been hosting at the Comedy Attic on the open mics.
Awesome.
And I'm there every other week now. So I'll be there this Thursday. Well, by the time this podcast comes out, I guess it will be last Thursday. But today, whatever, I'm not doing that. Today's the 27th, so in 2 days I'll be hosting, and then on Friday the 30th I'll get to open for Emil Joaquim. He's headlining the show before he leaves for New York.
Oh yeah, I seen that he was moving. Is he so Emil's been doing comedy for what? Less than us, right?
I would say about
the same, maybe.
I think 3 years. I think about the same as me.
Yeah.
Are you at about 3 years too?
Yeah. I started maybe 3 or 4 months before you. So when I met you, I did the first time I met you at one of our shows. It was, I think that was my 3rd or 4th show that I'd done. I'd done open mics before that.
Yeah, it was my second mic when I met you. The first one I did was just an open mic at Bear's Place.
Right. Yeah, I remember the first time I met you. It's just like, hey, this is Will. He's super funny. I was like, all right. And you walked up to me. He's like, hey, Cody, how's it going? He's like, see your stuff. You're pretty funny. I was like, cool, man.
No, the first time I think I met Will was before he did comedy, though. It's when you had your long hair and we went to that party out there at Bender Lumber.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, there was a fight, and I thought that you were in it.
No, I left before the fight because I got kicked out already by the time the fight happened.
And that was back when Will drank.
Yeah, I was...
Yeah.
I mean, I remember being particularly fucked up that night. I'll tell you right now. Like, I remember I got, lifted up off my feet and, like, thrown out of the place because I was trying to break shit. Like, they were playing beer pong, and I tried breaking the table. I jumped on it, and I wasn't heavy enough, so I just, like...
Let's be honest, people. For those of you who don't know what Will Concannon looks like, he's a very small man.
Yeah.
Think like a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
5'5", 110.
Yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend, kick his ass. Yeah, very small individual, which... Let's be honest though, that table, they didn't go cheap, man. That was a pretty good table. It was one of those Lifetime ones.
It was like I just thought it was a shitty one, and it wasn't even a typical beer pong. It was like
right.
I think it was wood or something. Like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
stupid for me to try to do that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it's like those videos you see, and like somebody jumps from like the second story and
Right.
lands on the table, and it still doesn't break, and they're like,
what did you jump off of?
Just got like a running start, maybe jumped off of a chair or something.
So not even that high.
No.
Yeah. Well, you were just so drunk you just didn't care. I remember that might have been the same night that I was there, and I was so drunk that I lost my phone in our friend's car, and we didn't get it till the next morning because I pinged it on that Find My Device.
Yeah, and it died
And his driveway.
in the building.
No, in his driveway. It was in his driveway.
Really?
Yeah, it died in his driveway, so we knew exactly where it was.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember being super fucked up, and this guy was peeing in the parking lot outside of the building, and I was so drunk that I walk up. He's like facing away from me, and I walk up behind him. I was like, "Hey, you want me to hold that for you?" And he goes, "What? Get the fuck away from me!" And Ryan yells at me and tells me to get in the truck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it was extremely weird.
It was a wild night. It was a wild night.
It was fun, though.
I definitely do not do that anymore. I'm 28, and I am too old for that shit. And anybody that says any different might have a few issues.
I get. Yeah. I mean, I had a good time. It was fun. Besides you trying to hold some guy's dick.
Yeah, I know that when Will was not sober and he was drinking, you got into a lot of just random things. You were literally Brad Pitt from Fight Club. You would just be in these fights, and I was like, how did this happen? You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was getting in a lot of fights. I mean, that's what the last straw was, that before I got sober, was getting in a fight at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Which that whole thing, like, I got in a fight at Taco Bell, went to rehab, and haven't had a drink in like 500 some days. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a lot,
Yeah,
but
That's awesome.
yeah, it was a tough time, but like now I think I'm way sharper on stage, and I've got just like great material from
Right.
being in there for so long.
I feel like the best thing you probably did for your comedy career was get sober.
Yeah.
I think it's helped you develop more material. It's helped you develop a routine, and you can probably wake up in the morning without being hungover.
Oh, it wasn't like I was just straight up drunk when I would wake up.
Oh, okay.
I mean, sometimes it wasn't super uncommon for me to wake up still blacked out, and like for me to wake up or go to black out like a Thursday night and then just like be at work, like that's.
And
the
then
next
you
thing I
like
remember.
come to, and it's the middle of the fucking day.
Well, for a while it's pretty fun because you're like just drunk, like you're not feeling like shit. You're still ready to party, and I'm like prepping the kitchen. It's going pretty good, and then like once like you're just coming like down further and further from the alcohol, it's so not worth it. It would be crazy because I would be at that point and be like, I'm not gonna. It's not even like I was like, I'm not gonna drink anymore. I was just saying I'm not gonna drink today. And by the end of the shift, I would get a shift beer and drink it, and then next thing I know, I'm blacked out.
Huh.
Jeez, the same day.
Yeah.
After you just came off of the one.
Yeah. It wasn't any days off.
That's when you know you got an issue.
And I got stuck in that rehab for 30 days without leaving and like had nothing to do but write.
Right.
It was pretty cool.
Which is awesome. I mean, that's some people they need that. And I feel like for your career in stand-up, you needed that reset. You needed something to give in your life that would change your perspective, probably. And you probably have a deeper perspective now because it's really hard to write jokes when you're shit-faced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or to fucking care, really. Because
Right.
like, there would be some times where, you know, the Bears Place mic, I would host that a lot. It would start at 8 p.m. and I'd be blacked out by 7:45 and then go host it. And most people could tell I had a couple of drinks, but I don't think anyone knew I was that fucked up.
No, I don't think so.
Well, when you drink constantly every day, it's really easy to hide it until you get super, super bad. We have
It's not even that you're trying to hide it either. You're just, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, and like you hear people say that a lot. Like whenever you realize that someone's acting fine, you're like, oh, that dude's had 15 drinks. And you're like, oh shit, I couldn't tell. Like it's someone, they're just living that life. Like that's their normal.
Yeah. I've had friends that have dealt with it and they're, younger than us. We have a cousin that deals with it off and on, and it's absolutely terrible. And I knew something was wrong, especially with our cousin, because when we turned 21 around the same time, and we would be at a barbecue having a few beers, Ryan and I having a few beers, and we'd toss him a beer, and it just instantly chug it.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, that's how I drink beer. I don't drink liquor like this. I was like, what fucking sense does that even make? You literally just chugged it. And I said, if I give you another, you better sip it or you're not getting any more. But it just escalated.
He would just have it down in 3 drinks.
Yeah, it just escalated from there. And then I've had friends that dealt with it before, and it happens from something traumatic, or they had past experience with addictive personality.
Probably your parents. I mean, I think, and this is just like a stat they tell you in rehab. Like I never fact checked it or anything.
Right.
But they say like if both of your parents have problems with drinking or drugs or whatever, then you've got like a 95 chance of.
Yeah, because you've seen that shit.
It's where you come from, basically. Yeah. So, what was the 12 step like? What was that like?
I don't do it like people in AA, like who are super like into the
steps,
textbook like steps and program would probably talk about shit about the way I do it. But like, I don't know. I felt like they're all like subjective, and I think it's something like 3 through 6 are like the same as like 7 through 9. You just do them again. But like I did them all like in a way, like just not the way the program really.
Other people would
like,
do it basically.
Because the friend I had, he was going through the steps. And he's like, oh, I'm at this step, and I'm just calling to apologize for anything I ever did. I was like, oh, I appreciate it, man. I was like, I really do. And then he tried to get into church for a while, but it didn't really work out. And I'm just like, I feel like as long as you maintain on your own level and you're doing it your own way, and I feel like you can't do it wrong as long as you don't revert back to what you used to do.
Yeah, and I've done like all the steps in a way. Like one of them is for you to like surrender to God, and like it's just not really what I believe in. But like I've done something like, I don't know, in the program they tell you to find like a different higher power or whatever.
Yeah, so something about a higher power.
Yeah, so like I mean, just being drunk all the time, you're self-centered. Not being drunk now, I guess I have a higher power in terms that like, I just hate that fucking term, higher power. But like I would say I have one in terms of like, I realize that there's things bigger than me now. Like it's just not all about me. So that's like what that step means to me. Like for the ones of like, like creating a personal inventory to find people you have resentments against and tell them, and to track everyone you've ever found, like everyone you've wronged and apologize. Like that's a cool idea and stuff, but like the way they want you to do it seems the way all the sponsors who are super in the program wanted me to do it seemed weird to me, where they're like, all right, you have to like spend like 8 months writing your life story and remember every single person that you ever met and like every time you've ever held a grudge. Like it just seems kind of crazy. Like
that's a hell of a fucking story.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, like I apologized to people that like I made an asshole in front of myself too, and I think the best apology I can do is just to not be a drunk asshole anymore.
Did you apologize to the Taco Bell guy?
That is actually there's like a loophole in that step too. They're like,
If you kicked his ass, you don't have to apologize.
no, they're like, if you feel like it would bring harm to someone, then don't apologize to him.
Okay.
Huh.
So, one of your other fights was at. So, how many fast food restaurants have you been in a fight at? Because I know there's a Steak and Shake in there somewhere. I remember that fight.
I fought at Steak and Shake twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
Different ones or the same one?
No, it was the same one. I don't know what it is. Maybe just like people treating customer service bad. And
So is it people who work there you're fighting?
No, I was never fighting the workers.
Oh, okay.
No, he was there just hanging out.
I'm trying to get food. I ain't fighting.
He was there just hanging out, and when Will is drunk, he has this douchebag radar on, and he
Right.
senses that shit. And then he just, 5'5", 100-pound Will just walks to be like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, why don't you be nice to the lady making your fries?
It wasn't like one time I remember, one time I just got in a fight at Steak and Shake with this dude who was in there because he was being like super rude to the waitress, and I was just like actually not saying anything to him at this point. Like a girl I was with was like screaming at him, and then they were getting in a shouting match, and it just escalated from there, and I got involved with it.
Oh.
And that dude was humongous.
You guys keep talking. I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah.
There's some, okay, so I don't know what it is about like late night restaurant, fast food, whatever diner. Shit goes down. We've been at like a Denny's before, and this guy was yelling at this lady in the booth next to us, and we knew the dude, and he was being like a real dick. And it's super weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a full moon every fucking time or what. It's crazy though.
It's probably just because people were in there after 3 a.m.
Right.
Like it's places like Steak and Shake Denny's where they're open after 3, so people who are drunk, that's the only place they're going to eat at.
Right,
and
exactly.
Alcohol's never de-escalated a situation.
No, not at all. I'm actually when I drink, which usually my alcohol intake during a week is probably once a week when we record, and I have 2 or 3, and that's it. I'm done. I don't have any more than that.
That's why you started the extra podcast a week, so you can start drinking more.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I got to divide them up now. I got to have a beer and a half. I got to save it in the fridge. No, because that's all I can handle now. I'm not a. Will you grab me another beer too?
Yeah, what do you want?
The blood orange. But yeah, it's just I used to be like that. When I first started comedy, I was in a phase where I would drink
Just to get up there?
Friday to Saturday. So all day. And that was every weekend. And it got to the point where he would have to carry me out almost or at least help me to the truck every single weekend. And it got to the point where I was like, oh shit, I should probably stop. And I quit drinking for 3 months. Just right off the bat.
Realize how much money you're spending too.
Oh yeah, it was a lot. I mean, we lived together, and we had a dual income, and we didn't have to pay for much, but still, it was to the point where my own twin brother had to help me to the truck every fucking weekend. And I wasn't small back then. I think I lost about 100 pounds back then, but I wasn't small. And still, it was one of those things where I was like, something's got to fucking give.
Yeah, it was entertaining, but
Man, if I lost 100 pounds, I'd be dead.
yeah.
Bro, if you lost 100 pounds, you would be a shoe. Like, you would have one fucking shoe, and that's it.
I'd be like 10 pounds or something.
How much do you weigh?
I was 110 last time I weighed myself.
Okay. Well, I have a scale in there. We're going to have to weigh you after the podcast. Yeah, that's funny. And then we'll just have my girlfriend just wrestle you in the living room and see who wins.
I also, I know how much my clothes weigh now. Because I weighed the other day, I just weighed myself and weighed myself with my clothes.
Really? Okay, so that's where your clothes weigh 10 pounds.
They weigh about like 4.4.
4.4,
If
okay.
I'm wearing like what I'm wearing now.
Okay. See, that's what's weird to me is if I'm wearing like this shirt and these shorts, it's like fat people clothes way more. It's more fabric.
It's more,
Yeah, so it's more fabric. Dude, my jeans weigh like 5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Okay, maybe not 5 pounds, maybe like 2.5 or 3. But still, like if you have a shirt and some jeans on and you're a fat person, you gotta add like 5-6 pounds.
Yeah.
And just to make yourself feel better, but weighing clothes is part of it. You just gotta weigh naked, man. It's the only way to go.
Yeah, just explain that to the doctor when I go to the doctor's office. Excuse me, miss, I gotta take my clothes off. It's
Cheyenne,
Like, what, you never seen a wrestling meet before? Grow up.
It's the most accurate way to weigh myself.
Yeah. I think our senior doctor. Senior as in she's older. She's an elderly lady, but she's still serving the people. But I think she would shit. Like, I think she would shit literally like a brick. Like an actual fucking clay brick if you took her clothes off. And you're just like, well, you got away naked, bro.
Yeah.
You're still wrestling me?
She's probably got kids. She's been around before.
I think I would leave my underwear on.
Yeah,
underwear
that's what you have to say. Be like, what? You've seen a lot of dicks. You're a doctor.
Doctors do see a lot of dicks. I mean, it's probably...
Doctors do see a lot.
It's probably so desensitized and like it's not a sexual thing.
Right.
I mean, I guess you're a professional. It's not
could you even
sexual at all.
successfully like have sex if you're a doctor?
It would be weird, dude. I was just thinking about like, yeah, if you're a doctor, you're just always, I feel like, diagnosing what's wrong with someone. Especially like a lot of doctors, I feel like one who knows the most about hygiene. Like you just probably think everyone's gross.
Right.
If they have like any bad habits.
It's probably just like, what is this weird thing on your ball over here? Or like, why does your areola look like that? It's probably something like that, super technical.
Yeah, but I think if that's your partner or whatever, then you're always good. You're always healthy. You're like, it looks like you got a lump over here. Let's check it.
Maybe doctors just choose their partners by who's like the most manageable health wise. It's just like you're really balanced. I think we should date.
Yeah, it's probably like the opposite. Like if you have anything that you're self-conscious about, I bet a doctor would be like, probably like if you were self-conscious about something with your body and you had like a girlfriend that was a doctor, she could be like, oh, actually, like 19 of the 23 people that came in today had one of those. Like, have like sample sizes.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
19 people had a third nipple.
I know that Cheyenne's. So Cheyenne's sister is studying to be a dietitian. She's in her graduate program, and so if we start talking about food, it's just instant because that's what she fucking does. So it's instant. It's like, well, this and this and this and this and this, and then she can go off for 5 minutes. And that's why I connect with her. Excuse me, her sister, because I am really into health and nutrition. So we can just go on a tangent, and Cheyenne's just over here to the side because she doesn't give a fuck.
I was going to ask you about during like lockdown, quarantine and stuff. How was that for you? I saw you actually doing some workout videos, so I know you were working out still.
Yeah, I think the lockdown has been the most beneficial to me.
Oh yeah.
Because I worked out a lot from home, like 5 days a week. I did kettlebell workouts, bodyweight exercises. I bought a bike.
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
You also threw away the bike.
I had to throw away the bike because it broke. So yeah, I bought a bike and I rode that literally fucking everywhere. I rode it so hard, because I'm fucking fierce on two wheels that I had to get rid of it. But I
don't think that was it.
Yeah, I bought a bike and I still lost it from home. I hiked. I walked a lot. I ran. It was just all stuff that I could do by myself at home. And I think I flourished on the lockdown more so than a lot of other people I know.
Yeah, we talked about that before. We've said that it's not, honestly, besides the quarantine and everything, it's been not a bad year. I mean, and we've said it's been horrible for other people. People have lost their jobs. People have died. All this shit. But I've kept my weight on track. I've lost more weight than I ever have, during quarantine. So, I mean, it's been all right. I mean,
I feel like it gave an opportunity for people to sit down and focus on themselves.
Right.
Even though work didn't slow down for us. Because we still have to go to work every day and we weren't working from home. But I feel like it gave us some time to connect because we're not focusing on going out, running out of places, stuff like that. So it gave a lot of people time to focus and connect on themselves. And then also, on the other side, I heard people just like, I can't wait to get back in the gym. It's been 6 months. And I'm just like, bro, you ever heard of push-ups and sit-ups? I'm like,
calisthenics you ever heard of?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just been a crazy fucking stressful year for everybody. So
right. And I don't know what 2021 has to offer, but I'm going to say more stress.
I don't know.
I'm just going to put it out.
It's just not going to get better for a minute.
No,
man.
Sure not.
Maybe in 2031. 2031. That'd be. I think I'm going to shoot for 2031.
I feel like if it's just like
Elysium,
like when it becomes Elysium with fucking Matt Damon and they just.
I really like that fucking movie.
It's a good movie.
What's the movie?
Elysium with Matt Damon.
Elysium.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that,
bro. It's like dope.
It's from
think
the
of
people.
District 9.
It's from the people who made District 9.
Think of District 9, but people can have robot bodies, and when they die, they don't technically die. They basically go up to this
people live
ring
on
Earth thing.
Yeah, people live on
in the sky,
like a new place in the sky,
and they have these machines that cure all diseases.
Yeah,
can you pull up a poster for that?
And all and all the poor fuckers are trying to like get the fuck up there.
Yeah, but like Earth is like all the poor people, and then Elysium is a new like a space station.
I love this. I actually really love this.
I feel like I saw a preview for this maybe.
Yeah, I actually really love this movie.
But
yeah, he got like a robot body.
But yeah, they have these.
What am I thinking of?
They have these machines that like these scanner machines.
And that's like, the dude from District 9.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like an MRI, and like this lady who lives in Elysium is just like covered in skin cancer because that's all she does is lay out in the sun all day, and then she just gets in the machine and then it cures her of her skin cancer.
It's just like that's the Elysium. It's like a fucking ring in the sky.
Wait, will you go back to that last one? What does that say? Does that say chemtrail?
Chemrail.
Why does it say chemrail?
It's a space gun.
Yeah. They're the
gotta get the side shot.
They're a household name.
Yeah, chemrail. Yeah,
in space arms.
Yeah, space weapons.
I was thinking of.
It's a dope ass movie though.
Yeah, I saw this trailer for a movie and I think it was Matt Damon and he was like,
Good Will Hunting.
Where they're little.
Yeah, where they're little.
Yeah.
What is that called?
I don't know. I heard it sucked though.
I heard it sucked too, but I was like, how? The trailer looks so good.
It's like it's a futuristic thing where you can either stay big or you can become little and go to this new society.
That would be really cool, actually. Downsizing?
Downsizing, that's it. Yeah.
Dude, I thought it looked so cool.
It's like, do you think that's possible? Like, the world's so fucked that they turn us tiny. They turn us into, like, the borrowers, and we just live in fucking doorways and shit for a while until the world gets better.
Honestly, see, it would help the population problem. To tell you the truth,
I think the most real timeline for the end of the world is the movie WALL-E.
Dude,
probably, yeah.
If you were able to make everything small, like, you know what I would do? I would just build a house for a penny with materials and then just live in it.
Until everybody else is going to be small and Will's going to be the same size.
You have these tiny neighborhoods and like some drunk driver comes along and just takes out the whole fucking neighborhood. And they're all fucked. They're all dead.
Bro, my dog would just murder a whole population.
A third of the population is dead.
Sitting on the carpet.
I don't know. To be safe and like not killed by like random stuff, you'd have to be the size of like a bacteria, but then you got to fight all the bacteria guys. And it's a mess.
And then you got to go to the bacteria Elysium.
Can you imagine if you were that size, how scary like a single cell organism would look to you?
It's like Horton Hears a Who type shit.
Oh yeah.
If we were just all borrowers, I'd be okay with that.
I guess.
I'd be alright with that.
You're scared of vacuums like dogs.
Vacuums are fucking scary.
I guess if you're small.
Yeah, if you're small. Think if you're like a dust bacteria. You're fucked.
You gotta strap yourself to the fucking table so you don't get fucking sucked up.
You're done, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Or what if we were all like inanimate objects? What if we were candles? What if we were all candles?
I mean, I've said this before. I thought it was a funny concept when I was drunk. Like, what if everybody was small but everything else was big? So every person in the world was midget / little people / dwarf, but everything else was big.
Is your podcast in the metaphysical category? Like, you guys are just talking metaphysics now. You should put it in like the
we're anything.
I asked Ryan.
It's like a science podcast.
Well, I asked Ryan what categories we could be in, and I looked it up, and it's comedy, and then it's comedy and culture, which I feel like I feel like we gravitate towards culture.
It's comedy interviews, and comedy news.
Is that it?
Yeah. But you can only have 3.
But see, when you look at Joe Rogan, it's like comedy and culture and fucking blah 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 blah. Elon Musk's
we
vagina.
Can pick whatever we want.
Do you think Elon Musk like has a vagina? Like, not on his body, but like he just has a vagina in a box. I think like him and Grimes.
I think he's pussy like a champ, though.
I mean, I think Grimes is attractive. She has very obscure names for babies, though.
I really don't know nothing about none of those people, and I don't care to. There's certain people where like I just have a threat. Like I've crossed my threshold for people that like I'm not interested in learning about. Like I'm not interested in learning about those people. I'm not going to. Like I already know too much about Paul Giamatti. You know what I mean? I can't have any more information.
That's crazy. Cheyenne my girlfriend has been on this kick of podcasts that she just finds randomly, like this one. All you people that are listening out there just found this one randomly, unless you know us. And she's been on this kick.
Either that or you thought it was a porn podcast.
Right, exactly. You preverts definitely thought this was a dirty podcast.
I wonder if you ever get like a one person listen. I don't know if you can track it, but like if you can see if someone's ever just listened once and never listened again, they definitely thought it was.
Yeah, usually if there's like a spike and then it doesn't happen again, that's usually what happens.
Or they listen to the first episode and they're like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I heard most people, they're just like, I listened to the first episode and then the last episode and then I just judge how good you guys are between. I was like, that's the worst fucking scale rating ever. You need to start at the new ones, and then if you listen to like 10 of them and you like it, then start backtracking.
Me, I do like the first, I don't know, like 10 or the last 10, and then I'll start in like a middle. So like start at 40.
I definitely do not start at the beginning.
No.
I definitely do not start at the beginning. Once I know that I like the podcast and I can listen to it, then I'll start at the beginning. Mm-hmm. But don't fucking start at the beginning. Normally, I just don't do that. I don't know people that do that. It's like, it's my rating scale. It's like, you do you, dude, but that ain't a good way to be.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like we could definitely broaden our categories.
I mean, we could
do. We're not comedy. I mean, we do talk about news, but we're not like comedy news.
So when they do comedy, lifestyle and
can
culture,
there be a Joe Rogan category? Just like Joe Rogan, so every time he gets tagged, we get tagged.
I mean, what did Spotify just give him? $10 million?
If there's one podcast that Joe Rogan listens to, it's the Cummcast.
No, it's not. He doesn't listen to shit.
Joe Pesci listens to this.
No, he does not.
He might.
Joe Pesci doesn't give a shit.
I would love to talk to Joe Pesci.
It'd be dope. Before he dies, anyway.
So do you think he... Okay, what character do you think Joe Pesci sounds like the most from the movies?
Like just in his speaking voice?
Yeah, just normal voice.
I don't know. I've only heard him in that one, like... What, he got like an Oscar or something, and...
Goodfellas?
Yeah, and he for supporting actor, and he like gave like a weird speech, and I heard he just hates talking to people. So I don't know, whichever character talks the least.
It sounds like that's the same as like Bruce Willis. I heard Bruce Willis is a total dick, and he's like really hard to work with. But he's Bruce Willis, so you kind of have to work with him.
I didn't hear that Joe Pesci was an asshole or anything. It just seems that he's just introverted. He likes
comes to work
himself.
and you know,
right.
It's like De Niro basically. It's like, yeah, I'm De Niro, whatever, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, Joe Pesci, I feel like he doesn't like to talk to people, so his character in The Irishman is pretty quiet, so maybe that one. And because he's old as shit.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
If you could have Joe Pesci at your house for the day, what would you do?
I don't know. I would probably cancel on him just because I think he would... he would not want to do it. He'd have a bad time, and then I'd have a bad time because he's having a bad time.
I'd be really, really self-conscious about it.
Joe, you want to go shoot somebody? Come on, let's go shoot somebody.
Hey, Joe, are you okay? Yeah. You'd be like one of those boyfriends that's never had a girlfriend before. You'd be like, you okay? Something wrong? Hey, Joe, was something wrong?
If I was going to hang out with someone like that, I would go golfing because you're just being... I mean, I go golf with my buddy and we talk a lot, but you can also go out there and just enjoy the silence of golf, you know?
Right.
People get surprised when I tell them I'm into golf. I mean,
You surprised me when you told me you were into golf.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of recently started getting into it more, but...
Right. Yeah, that is surprising that you're into golf. You don't seem like the golfing type.
No, I love it, though.
And you're a big basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
And you have...
NBA fan. I predicted the Heat and Lakers in the finals after the All-Star break. I feel pretty good about that.
Is this a personal victory?
I just feel good that... I don't know. I feel like
I called it, bitch.
I feel like I spoke it into existence just in January or whenever I was like...
And then...
Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero were tough. Kendrick Nunn.
So are you a huge... So what's your team? Bulls?
Bulls, yeah.
Yeah, because I know you got a Bulls tattoo.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of the league in general. So, I mean, there's organizations that I like more than other ones. Like, just the Pacers because they're here in Indiana. And it's really nice to go there for a Bulls game because I feel like sometimes the stadium's split in terms of, Pacers jerseys and Bulls jerseys.
Right.
And, my brother worked for, the Pacers, sister organization, the Fever, for a while. So I've just always had nice experiences with them. I think the players, for the most part, are cool. But then there's also, other teams that I just don't really care for.
Right. So I'm not into basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I played basketball when I was a kid, just not into it. I actually don't even really watch sports anymore.
Me either.
I used to watch sports growing up.
Start gambling.
Do what?
You don't start gambling.
Yeah. I used to do the DraftKings for a while, but then I would lose all the fucking time because I'm not good at betting.
Also, last time we went to the casino to gamble, Cody got fucking carried out.
Yeah, I got kicked out of the French Lake Casino in Indiana, yeah.
Like, why? What do you do?
I was too drunk.
Because he was passed out.
They thought I was going to knock over, like, machines and shit.
No.
I won $160 last time I was at French Lake.
Usually we
Playing
win,
blackjack.
like, $300.
Yeah. What do you play?
The high roller slot machines.
Oh, you guys do slots.
Yeah. I am not frivolous. I will I don't know. I can't even. Frivolous enough to play any kind of cards, and I will fold like a bitch, and I will fucking lose all my money.
I'm super into card games, or I guess just I guess there's three I like a lot. I love playing spades. I like playing blackjack at a casino. And then I don't like digital poker, but if there's an actual room in a casino where people are sitting at a table when you buy in, I like doing that a lot. I actually play poker. I try to once a week or once every 2 weeks. If given the opportunity, I'll play 2 or 3 times in a week.
Oh, right on. Right on. Yeah, I like, it's roulette. I like playing roulette.
Dude, my brother, it's weird because your brain works in a casino. You have to find what game it is. Because my brother's really good at roulette. Anytime I've seen him play, he's smart enough to like hedge his bets in a way that if, chances are it's not going to land on a number you put it on. But he does it in a way where he puts it on corners, sides, one on black, one on even, whatever, enough that he hedges his bets and he can play for like an hour or so. So like at the end of the hour, maybe he's down just a couple of bucks, like worst case, and then best case he's up. Like I've seen him maybe 100 or so.
Huh.
Right. I can't play it. I lose money the fastest.
Me too.
My method is to go to the high roller side of the casino, go sit down at a slot machine of my choice, just a random pick, throw a $100 bill in there, and if it hits, usually I'm making $300, $350, and then if not, I lose it, and I have $60 in Ryan's pocket for drinking money, and I'm done. Yeah. Like this, I'm not a gambler. I bring like $160. I give Ryan 60, and he takes my debit card, and I keep my ID, of course.
That's good.
But Ryan takes my debit card and my $60 of drinking money, and if I lose my $100, I'm just like, hey Ryan, give me $20, and I have to bring in the change, and that's it. Like I can't gamble with it.
Yeah. Last time we were there, we weren't even there for like an hour and a half. And then I got a call and said, hey, we got to get out of here. I'm like, why? We're like, oh, your brother's kind of fucked up. And he's like 5 feet away from a slot machine.
Yeah,
just like,
I was.
Ow.
No, I was leaned back in this chair. The machine is where Ryan's sitting.
Yeah.
This chair, I didn't know they moved. So I'm just laying back.
What do you mean they didn't know they moved?
I didn't know the chairs moved.
I thought they were there.
And I'm leaning back here like this. And the security guard is standing over me like this.
Yeah,
and
he's talking on the radio.
Right, he's talking on the radio because he's wondering like what the fuck to do. And Ryan and our buddy walk up right in the nick of time. He's like, "He with you?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're fucking twins." And so they get me out of there, and Ryan goes, "Come on, Cody, let's go." Or no, sorry, you tell it because I don't remember.
I tell him to get up, and he immediately just falls back down in the chair. And we finally get him up, and all these old ladies are like shaking their heads.
Like to do the guy.
But all these old ladies are just like shaking their heads, looking at him and stuff, because of course they're there all the time, and they're just like, but just young kids. And there's this guy sitting beside Cody, 5 feet away up at the other, slot machine, and he just kind of looks over and stares at Cody, and Cody looks over at him, and he looks up at me. He's like, this fucking guy. And that guy just gives him the shittiest fucking look ever. And then we get him up, we start walking outside. We try going through the same little thing, the little spinny thing or whatever, and we can only fit one of us in there.
Yeah, and I don't remember. That was back when I was drinking a lot, like on the weekends,
right?
And I don't remember anything from that night. And I woke up and I got home, and I was like, oh shit, wait, I was like, hey, I had vouchers. And I came back with $140, and Ryan lost money.
He came back with more than me.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Ryan lost money. I came back with $140.
But I kept asking you what you had to drink, and you couldn't give me a straight answer. And then I asked you that morning, and then because we we drove down there, and he had like a liter vodka soda.
Yeah.
And then when he got there, he said he had like 3 beers, 3 tequila sunrises, and 3 double shots of Crown in an hour and a half.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And I was like, Brian, come on, let's get a drink. You're like, okay. And right before that, like before he got in line, I had just taken a double shot of Crown, and I got back in line, and he didn't think I had that. So yeah.
I bought you one. You tricked me and made me buy you one.
Tricked you.
But it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. And I woke up and my buddy basically lied to me and said that I got banned from the casino because I knocked a whole row of machines over.
You about fucking did get banned.
Yeah, they almost kicked me out. Which they're not gonna fucking kick you. Literally, unless you knock down a whole row of fucking machines, I don't think a casino's gonna kick you out because they want your money.
No, but you could have knocked down a whole row of machines.
I definitely could have. I was the perfect size to knock down a slot machine.
Yeah, taking out a waitress with drinks, anything.
Right.
You could have done it.
I feel like they're lenient, especially if you're in a situation where like you won $140, because that's the exact type of person that they want to come back. Someone who feels like, yeah, I outsmarted the casino in the house, because like you're gonna come back and lose it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I remember the reason we had free rooms for about 4 or 5 months. We would go once a month and have a free room because Ryan one night spent $300 or something, $300 or $400.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of money. He went back to the ATM like three times, and after that night's when we made like, hey, give me your debit card and you take mine, and we each have our own drinking money cash because it was ridiculous.
I've always wondered, because I've never had like a room offered to me at a casino, but I've won a little bit of money before, and it's like such a common thing. I wonder how they know, like if dealers come up to like the floor boss or whatever, and they're like, hey, this guy's kind of hot right now. You might want to offer him a room. Or if it's just someone keeping an eye out for stuff.
The way the French Lick in Indiana one works is you have the membership card, and it's tallied on that. However much you lose or however much you pay in, however much you win, it's based off of that. You either have to lose a lot or win a lot, but you get rooms a lot faster by losing a lot.
But I also feel like it's kind of like just like movies too. Like they see this machine fucking going haywire with the lights and shit. They're just like, hey, go check this out. And then they just radio it in and be like, oh yeah, this guy won, $5,000. Hey, let's give him something. Yeah.
But you lost $300 and we had free rooms for like 3 or 4 months. One room a month for like 3 or 4 months.
We did. Now I don't get it anymore.
We haven't been in years though.
No.
Dude, if I'm up $5,000, I'm probably at least going to lose 4 of it. For sure.
Jesus.
Free room? Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, dude, if I'm staying overnight and they give me like free room and I've got $5,000, which in my gambling mind, I'm like, oh, this isn't real money. Oh yeah, I'm going to keep playing and chasing that probably.
How late are you fucking staying up though? Because I heard a lot of people, they sleep and they wake up at like 3 a.m. and then they go hit the machines after that.
Last time I went, we went at like 5 a.m. around that time. Like we left Bloomington at 3 and went there. And that was like, I understand why people do it because it was the best time of day to go in there.
That's what they say because all the people at night.
Because they've been played all night.
Right, and they're getting ready to hit. So.
Right. I wonder what the casino's like at COVID. They're just like, we don't give a fuck.
Well, it's open now, so.
Yeah, with this one it was nice because, so it's so late and the dealer's there. And the dealer makes like a bartender's wage, like less than $7 an hour. So they want you to win so that you tip them.
Right.
And I remember like I was sitting there and maybe it was like this with the dealer here, like 3 guys in the dealer, and the dealer is giving me advice, and I'm asking him like every single time, what would you do here and why? And he's explaining the rules to me, like, yeah, it's like you're always gonna want to double down on the hard 11. If you ever get 2 face cards, don't split those. You got 20 already. What are you doing? Everyone always splits those, and like just giving me all this information, and I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. And then there's also like the guy sitting here is also feeding me information, like, hey, don't hit on that. And I'm like, why? I've got 13. And then he's like, look at these bus cards. He's like, trust me, just don't hit. And I'm like, it seems like a 13's a shitty hand. Why would I not?
Right.
But I'm like, okay, I'll trust you. This guy doesn't hit, or maybe he does, or whatever. Anyway, it ends up getting to the dealer, and he gets a bus card. He gets like 25 in bus. So I'm like, okay, so, like it's really not you trying to win all your money for yourself. You're trying to play as a team against the dealer sometimes.
Right,
right. Sometimes
if it's cool, if it's 5 a.m.
But see, when I will go to a table and I got $100 to spend, and I put that $100 down, it's gone in 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's the quickest I've ever lost fucking money. Was at blackjack, and it's like 4 people, and they're like, and I win like
people getting mad at you and
right,
shit. Yeah.
And I win like 1 or 2 hands, and they're like, "Oh, great job!" And I've had some like really encouraging people, and then I lose the fucking thing after 20 minutes, and I'm just like, nah, I'm out. I've been there for 20 minutes, and they've been sitting there for an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry, can't hang.
The one thing I can't stand is like when you got the drunk people and they win like $20 and they're like, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't hang with serious money spenders. Now, I have hit a jackpot on a penny slot one time. I won like $80 on a penny slot, which it rang for like 10 minutes. And the lady or the guy sitting next to me had been at that same machine all night. And then it hit, and he was right beside me. He was right beside me, and he was so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where they've been sitting there playing all night, and they see you walk up, and 2 minutes later, you hit a fucking jackpot, and you win like a couple $100.
It's usually older people, too.
It's always old people. Fuck? It's always old people.
I put some bets down tonight. I'll show you guys what I did. Do you guys, either of you guys watch baseball?
No, I hate
I hate watching baseball.
I don't watch baseball.
You know what's interesting, though? lacrosse.
Oh, because win the World Series?
Yeah, it's a World Series tonight. I put down, let me see.
What do you use?
I have FanDuel and DraftKings, but I usually just use FanDuel. And I'm just betting like super small amounts on them because I don't really know anything about baseball. They said that's when you should stop gambling, is whenever you gamble on stuff that you don't give a shit about. But I have just like $3 on this guy to get 2 hits, and then $5 on the Dodgers to score first. I think those are 2 solid bets, and I'll get back like $20.
That's crazy. So,
and I just bet in units.
So, are you saying you have another problem, a gambling problem?
No, because I'm gambling like $5 at a time and stuff.
It's like I give a shit, but then again, I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, I mean, if it got to the point where I'm like not able to eat or anything,
right.
Like I'm not gonna do that with a $5 bet like every once in a while. I do like
bread and bologna for a week.
I will say it's like very compulsive, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, right. It's fun to gamble. It's a legal crime. You totally do it.
Because I don't like betting big amounts of money. Makes me nervous. But if me and you were gonna play like beer pong or something, I'll throw $5 on it. Like anytime I want to compete with someone, like I like to make it a little interesting like that.
Right. So you're really stoic. So if we sit down at a card table, you're just gonna fucking give me a run for my money because I'm all like, yeah, we're having fun, and you're just like,
I do feel like I take it seriously,
100%.
More seriously than other people sometimes.
Yeah, and you're just like, hey, look, we're playing some cards. Be like, shut the fuck up, okay?
Oh yeah, I try not to tell people to shut the fuck up when we're playing cards, but
but it happens.
I try to speed it up as much as I can because there's nothing worse than being at a card table and asking someone, like, dude, if I ask you more than twice if you're gonna check, bet, or fold, like, I'm kind of starting to get furious a little bit. But I realize everyone else is just like having a good time, so I have to reel that back in and maybe make a joke or something.
Yeah, so fun, good time Will has to come out.
Right.
Yeah.
And
hey, bitch, you gonna fucking
burn your fucking house down. Will has to go away for a minute.
Right. You gonna fucking play cards here? We're gonna chit chat all night.
You're like, hey, shut the fuck up and fucking check. All right,
check or bet, bitch. Jesus,
that's fucking.
We
great.
go fucking night.
That's funny.
There's all sorts of little things you can do when you're playing cards to speed a game up.
Right. What do we got? What's your go-to?
I have 2 decks of cards there, and then while one hand's being played, you just shuffle the other one, and then because some people just take 10 fucking years to shuffle a deck of cards, and I'm like we're playing the hand, and then I'll just shuffle one and set it out here, and then by the time the hand's over, you just deal real quick.
Yeah,
you can tell Will's got that fire. He's just like, deal the fucking second damn it.
I mean, well, the problem, it's not so bad. Like, I like to sit and talk at a card game, like, for sure. That's what most of the fun is. But part of it is some people, like, they think, like, dude, you're betting 50 cents in this hand right now. It's not a lot. Like, I don't know. So people are reluctant to bet, even though it's such a small amount. So the game will take fucking 4 or 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to sit. Most of that's just, like, I really like this, and I would even, if I want to sit at a table for 4 or 5 hours, let's keep the game moving and play 2 of them.
So what's your golf conversations like? Hey, hurry the fuck up!
No.
We gotta get to this hole!
No, it's the opposite. Super relaxed most of the day.
So you're night and day between the two, then.
Whenever I'm golfing, like, I'll get mad when I go out if I hit a bunch of bad shots in a row, but, like, you can't even be that mad when you're golfing because it'll just fuck you up for the rest of it. So, really my whole goal going out is just to hit some good shots and relax.
I would say golfing is very fun.
Enjoy the outside.
Right.
You know?
So what's your golf attire? Do you have golf attire?
I got, like, some shorts I wear, and then, I don't know, if it's colder out, I'll just put jeans on. Like,
Right.
I've got some shoes. I've got, like, shoes and my own clubs, and maybe if I'm going to a course the first time, I'll wear a collared shirt.
Yeah.
But
You gotta have a hobby, though. I mean, I have more hobbies than I can count, mainly outdoor things, fitness things. So I have a lot of hobbies to invest in, and it's one of those that's just like I can't fully invest in 1 or 2. I invest in all of them because I like so many. Mm-hmm. So it makes it hard to fit them all in, but that's one thing that I did during quarantine. I mean, I literally fit all of them in at one time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was time for people to learn new hobbies, you know?
Basically.
Yeah. Like all the bikes were gone, all the kayaks were gone. People started, I was really pissed because I know that the majority of the population doesn't know what a fucking kettlebell is. And I would go to buy a new kettlebell because I really wanted a new one. And I go there and there's none left. I was like, you could ask my girlfriend. I was like, these motherfuckers don't know what a fucking kettlebell is.
There's no kettlebells because people like you are getting fucking 6 pairs of them.
Yeah. I got one.
I see 4 right here.
Okay. I got 3. I got 3 during quarantine.
There was also a litter box in the corner if you didn't see that yet.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The litter box is for me when I do too much.
If I had an ideal day with all my hobbies, like my favorite one, I would probably wake up and go golfing kind of early when the sun's like coming up. After that, maybe probably watch like an afternoon basketball game, go play some pool, go do comedy, have a good set, and then afterwards, the rest of the night just play poker. That's like my ideal day.
Bro, I can dig that. That's like post lottery life.
Yeah, and at no point, if you notice, I didn't say nothing about fucking, okay? Because I'm waiting until marriage.
That's right.
Shit.
That's right. Will's a virgin.
Super virgin.
Will's a virgin that fights at Taco Bell.
Might as well be. If you can go so long without having sex that you become a virgin again, then yeah, pretty much.
So are you calling yourself a virgin again? Is that what we're saying? So basically, if a girl touched your shoulder, you just blow your load.
I don't know. I hooked up with a girl like 2 times over quarantine. And
were you wearing masks? Was the social distance hookup?
I was wearing something, but but yeah, I mean it's just few and far between. Like it happens every once in a while. It happens about as often as I win one of my sports betting bets.
Oh, right on.
So like every once in a while.
Well, every once in a while, it's just
every once in a while, some lucky girl.
And then he gets in poker mode. He's like, "Come on, hurry the fuck up! Deal with second deck, damn it! You're taking too long."
Let's speed this shit up.
Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty good. Well, what time are we at? You want to keep going?
We're at 1:10.
1:10. All right. So you are single. So are you looking for a relationship? Are you looking for long term? What are you looking for? I mean, you're 26, right?
25.
25. Yeah. So you're getting to that age. I mean, I'm 28 and I have a girlfriend. We've been together for, we've been together for almost a year, and it's just one of those things where I'm happy, she's happy. We can coexist in the same fucking space together for long enough. So hey, let's just stay together. So you looking for anybody? You just playing it by ear or what?
I don't know. I don't go out of my way to meet new people super often. Like, I like meeting a new person. Like, maybe I'll meet, like, a new comic at an open mic and say what's up. But I like a short interaction. Like, I don't want to meet someone and learn I hate when you meet someone and you learn enough about it and be like, oh, that sucks. I thought you were cool.
Yeah.
But
they tell you your life story, their life story.
Right. Yeah, like, I thought you were cool, but you like Long John Silver, so I can't hang out with you anymore.
Let's just say that if somebody came up to me, if a girl came up to me, if I was single, and they told me their whole life story within the first 15 minutes I ever met them, I'm not going to further a relationship with them or even try because I'm going to have to hear it more than once.
Yeah.
It's not like hearing a life story. I'm just saying,
You don't want somebody that talks too much. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not. It's not the amount that someone talks.
Right.
I don't like meeting someone. I would rather kind of know someone than know someone.
Right. So you want a relationship that blossoms from a friendship that you already know for a while?
No, I just don't want to meet anyone new.
Oh, okay.
I know an appropriate amount of people, and none of them are my girlfriend, so I don't want to meet anyone else.
So okay. All right.
He doesn't want to learn. He doesn't want to learn shit about anybody, and he don't want to fucking meet anybody else.
So
Will is content with who he is.
So actually, I'm trying to lose friends. Like, I'm just cutting people out of my life.
Right. So Will is single and he's not looking. Is what we've established. But if you are searching, Ryan is single. Yeah. And Ryan is also not looking, but Ryan will talk to anybody.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Also get along with anybody. So.
Right. Will tries to get along with people. Mm-hmm. But then he's like, do that second deck, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess just that's a pretty accurate thing about me is I'm a little bit impatient.
Yeah. Yeah, you would okay, so you definitely couldn't probably seek a relationship, and you probably couldn't be a very good parent because patience is huge in everything.
Yeah.
Huge. I just being in a relationship, and I know people.
I'm patient with my dog, I guess.
I don't think that's the same thing. Because I'm patient with our dog, too, because she's an old fat fuck. Yeah. You got to be patient with an 11.
So you just get you an older one.
You got to be patient with an old fat dog.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that you can be with an old fat dog.
See, I don't know. I feel like you may grow out of that because, like, I've definitely changed when I was 25 to now.
I feel like you're probably just in a phase. And one day your dick's going to be like, hey, bro, we ain't coming a long time, like, regularly. So we're going to have to, something's going to have to change about that.
That's how I used to be when I was, like, around 25. I didn't give a shit about anything.
I just don't care anymore, yeah.
I didn't care if I hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't care about anything. But now...
I try not to hurt someone's feelings, but, like, I just don't care about, like, trying to meet someone new.
Ryan did not care if hurt anybody's
No, but, like, if I said something and somebody was just like, I can't believe you said that. It was just like, I don't give a shit. Shouldn't have said this.
Speaking of being impatient, though, I want to tell you guys one new joke that I haven't tried on stage yet before we leave. Good. It's pretty good because the punchline is nonverbal, so someone listening to this will just get the premise and they don't get the whole thing, but you guys will hopefully laugh at it.
All right.
So it's just about, like, I think my favorite season is summer, but there's even things that I don't like about summer. Like, I don't like getting bit by mosquitoes because I get bit mostly on my wrist by mosquitoes, and it makes me look like I'm an impatient person because it looks like this. So that was a half laugh. I don't know if I'm going to end up trying that on stage.
It wasn't bad. Yeah. It wasn't bad. You know, in certain rooms, that would kill. And in other rooms, it wouldn't.
Right.
I think it's pretty...
Yeah, it's clever.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's clever. No, I like it. I think it. It's
like
clever.
if you like sell it, really sell it.
The one thing about when I would write jokes and I'm like, man, this is clever. This is great. It's catchy. And I go out and tell it and it either catches.
It's like you stay here in Bloomington and it fucking kills. It either 20 minutes and it dies.
It either fucking catches or it just like fucking just bombs. And I'm just like, damn. I was like, I thought that was good.
Yeah.
And I tried it a couple more times. I mean, you have to try a joke at least
3 times.
Yeah, at least 3 times. And
some
you
people
basically just kind of go percentage wise, like, hey, 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3, you just gotta kind of base it off of that. Mm-hmm. And then after that you just kind of maybe we should just try something else.
I mean, I don't get up on stage like you guys, but like I'll say funny stuff at work, and then there's this guy who sits beside me and he'll just be like, it's not funny, but everybody else is laughing. I'm just like, well, there's something fucking wrong with you because everybody else is laughing.
Do you tell them there's something fucking wrong with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there is.
Yeah, so your basis your basis is tell it 3 times and then just kind of go off of that.
I don't know, like I feel like I was just trying to think of like a couple of jokes that I've tried that I never got to work, and I was like, yeah, I probably tried that like 3 times before I was
right.
I was like,
comfortable with it.
No, like before, these are jokes that I've thrown away where I'm like, I've tried that 3 times and I'm probably not interested in it anymore.
Not in love with it.
There's been some that I've had to throw away that were just, I really liked them and I had hope for them, but they just did not work, and I guess that just basically means that, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I really liked them. I was just like, man, I hate that didn't work.
And sometimes I'll throw a joke away for, like, there was one I tried doing for a while, and I threw it away for like a year and a half, and then me and Grant, one night at Bear's place, just both had the goal of going up and trying something from a long time ago that never worked and try to reword it. And then I think me and him both got ours to work again. That was pretty cool.
Right. That's always good. You always gotta. I mean, you always have to try new shit out. You always have
sometimes
to
you got material that you're not ready for as a performer, I think.
Yeah, you always got to bring back the old
And sometimes
shit.
you restructure it and you're just like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
How many notebooks do you have so far? How long have you been? 3 years?
Yeah.
So how many notebooks do you have?
My first one I lost, so that's one.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was.
I remember when you lost that. You lost your. You were drunk.
My glasses too.
You were drunk. You lost your glasses. You lost your notebook. You lost everything.
Yeah.
That was like a year's worth of jokes.
It was like my first year stuff, and then that was maybe like halfway or 3/4 of the way full, and I've got a full one, and I always get like the little ones that are like this big.
Right.
And but that's like, I don't put like my freeform writing in those. Like every page in one of those notebooks is a set that I've done and like where I was, if I made any money on it, whatever, how much time I was doing, and then so I've got that first one that I lost that wasn't full, my second one that's all the way full and like falling apart, and I've got a third one that I'm like a quarter halfway through.
What I did a while back, it was about a year, it was a little over a year ago, I got a binder with loose leaf paper and all of my stuff that I know I'm keeping to store for later. I keep all of that stuff. I write it. It takes a lot of time because I'm writing it down multiple times. Yeah. But I keep it all. But you have
to though.
Yeah.
You know?
I keep it all there so it's nice and clean.
Yeah.
And then I have like the yellow notebooks because I write, they're the bigger ones with the full pads, the legal pads, because I write, kind of summarize my jokes, but they're full form sentences. Yeah. If I do bullet points, it almost doesn't work for me. It does sometimes if I've rehearsed a joke enough, but other than that, I can't. I just basically do free form. And I know some people. I've talked to one guy that does it regularly here in town. He writes the entire. I mean, his is paragraphs, 100% paragraph. I feel like it just works for you. Whatever works for you.
I don't know why it bugs me when people have like a paragraph, but. It just kind of bugs me a little bit.
I feel like it's too much.
Right, when you see it, just like, do you like
just
read
because
that word for word?
Just because I'm so opposite, because I do like just a topic and then bullet points.
Right. I've tried that before and it works. But other than that, I try to summarize and I just go off of that.
Yeah. I've heard some people talk about it. They're just like, they just have one word and they're just like, oh, I instantly know what that is.
Yeah. So my notebooks is whenever I'm actually recording something that like I'm doing, you know, and then these are like, I just put like free form short things here.
Oh, okay. So you just kind of bullet point and summarize in short form, shortest form as possible. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I feel like you find your flow and you find out what works best for you.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's basically all you can do. And after that, as a comic, it's kind of you're on your own. I mean, we're working together, but we're also competing against each other.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like you got to find the love and work together as much as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So how much time do you got? Like, are you good for a minute? Or like, what time is it right now?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Well, what time are we at?
Almost 1:25.
1:25. Do you want to get into some news topics?
Let's go ahead and do some news topics.
All right.
I might have to use the restroom real quick.
Yeah,
right, that's fine.
Quick bathroom break.
Grab some more water. My voice is getting hoarse.
Yeah, no problem. More calorie heavy foods, probably.
I know. I just need. Yeah, I should eat shit that like the Michael Phelps diet. I need to start eating just like really bad stuff for me.
Honestly, like
just junk.
It was just like McDonald's stuff that was like high in calories because he burned like with every muscle you're using swimming, you know, and him doing it so much. He was
right.
I forget how many calories.
He would eat McDonald's?
Oh yeah, dude. You should look up his diet.
That's kind of like bike riders too, like when they're doing like opens and shit.
Yeah.
So if they burn like 4,000 calories.
So what's the Jared Fogle diet? Like a 6-inch and a little boy, or what?
It's pretty low hanging fruit. You're better than that.
Yeah, I am. You're right. So Michael Phelps diet.
I mean, you're gonna be shocked probably if you've never heard of it. I mean, reading the diet the first time is pretty jarring.
Oh shit!
All right. 12,000 calories a day?
Yeah.
Shit, son. That's more than like that's more than a bodybuilder.
Mm.
Let's see. Do we just have a list? I don't want a video. Oh.
I mean, like, he looks great. I mean, there's there's no fat on his body.
No.
So
and there's something about a
muscular.
swimmer body, dude. They have broad ass shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
and they almost got that perfect V cut. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like a cut athlete.
And there's that.
Oh,
that,
wait, go down.
Yeah,
Go down.
that Ryan Lochte.
Mm-hmm.
That's that dude that like.
There you go.
Okay.
Breakfast.
So for breakfast, a 3 fried egg sandwich, 3 chocolate chip pancakes.
No, it's not a 3 fried egg.
It's 3 fried egg sandwiches.
It's 3 sandwiches.
Oh, 3 sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So that we're talking like bread and 1 egg on each one.
Yeah.
3 chocolate chip pancakes, a 5 egg omelet, 3 sugar coated slices of French toast.
Damn, boy.
A bowl of grits, and for lunch, that's easily like almost 1,000 calories.
Mm-hmm.
So for lunch, half a kilogram of pasta.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
What is a half a kilogram?
So
of
a
pasta?
kilogram is like 2.2 pounds or something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I think
pound of
so.
pasta.
Or a pound is 2.2 kilograms.
So basically a box of pasta.
I might have that backwards, but either way, it's a lot.
Okay, so we have
Covered in mayonnaise.
2 large ham and cheese sandwiches covered in mayonnaise, gallons of energy drinks.
Gallons plural sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Pretty fucking excessive.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Dinner, half a kilogram of pasta again, pizza, and energy drinks.
What the fuck?
Are you sure this is for real?
Oh yeah.
So I think that might be like the pasta he eats.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So he's getting like most of that's just because he needs all those calories and
And the
carbohydrates.
carbs, yeah.
It seems like
And then-
he more or less wants to drink his calories than
It's just for
eat it.
It seems like
just
he
for
wants to have
caloric
a
intake.
fucking heart attack.
And if he's working out that much and burning that many calories with like the sugars and the fats and stuff that
Right.
he's eating, is that really that unhealthy for you if you're working all of it off
Probably not.
immediately?
I mean, I feel like
I feel like too much energy drinks, gallons, is a little excessive.
Wait, did it say gallons of energy drinks?
It's like gallons.
Gallons.
Of energy drinks?
That's what it said.
It's
Fuck.
like gallons. Gallons.
You fucked up on sandwiches and you fucked up on gallons.
I saw the gallons of Gatorade or whatever, but Jesus.
No, it's like gallons of energy drinks.
Energy drinks.
It didn't say gallons of Gatorade.
Who knows? I mean, who knows what it could be? Maybe he's a Red Bull fan.
He doesn't have like a typical human body, you know?
Right.
It's just someone.
No, dude, he won the most gold
I say
medals
he might
ever.
be. I say he might be sponsored by something, and he gets that shit for free anyway. So he's
Yeah,
just
he
like,
won the
might
most
as well.
fucking gold medals ever. That's fucking insane.
I
And
love like superhumans. Like he's a legitimate superhuman.
yeah, you win that many gold medals. You win that many gold medals, and you smoke weed. Like
Yeah.
you're awesome, and you're cool. So I mean, you're the perfect fucking like he's the evolution. Like he's our evolutionary like hierarchy.
Yeah.
being Michael Phelps is one of them.
He's also the first person I saw where they did that cupping thing, for the circulation. Where
Oh,
they,
yeah,
they
yeah.
go to the massage parlor and they take that
Right.
flame and then put it on you.
All
and
the
just,
NBA
like,
does that now.
yeah.
He literally, because the most Olympic athletes, literally their actual lifespan is like what is it, like 4.5 years? So they most of them are only in one Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
But he won 6 gold medals in 3 separate ones or 2 separate ones or something like that. So he's
Pele won like 4 World Cups, I think.
right. See,
They
that's
start
crazy.
paying-
So that's crazy. So that's why he's such like a superhuman, because he was in there longer than normal, and he won the most gold medals.
He retired,
ever.
didn't he?
He retired, but I mean, they tried to strip his gold medals away because he smoked weed. It's just like, bro, he smoked weed and he won 6 gold medals. It's not gonna affect him.
But wasn't it in like Canada whenever they went, or somewhere, Amsterdam maybe, something like that?
He wasn't even
I don't
in
think they can
season.
strip you for that because it's not.
No,
it's
he wasn't.
like-
He
And it was off
they
season
tried.
too.
They wanted to. A lot of people wanted.
It's like
to.
someone getting a DUI. Like you're not going to take away.
I know they pulled in
No, dude.
sponsorships.
Like Jon
they
Snow.
did pull in
Jon Snow.
sponsorships.
Jon Snow got a public intox, and he got more popular from it.
Yeah.
the guy what's his name, like something Kit.
Kit. Yeah.
Kit Harington. Kit Harington got fucking. He was being a creeper at a bar in New York, and he got more popular for it.
Dude. Yeah. It's cool whenever athletes have like just unexplainable longevity. Like LeBron James is in his 17th year in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And
now he's about
Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Just won a championship. I mean, he's
been in since he was 20?
18.
18, yeah.
Straight from high school.
That was when they, that was back,
2003.
that was back when you could still do it. And then they changed it, like, not too long after that.
I'm trying to think who the last guy was. Dwight Howard came from high school.
Right.
There's another kid who,
dude.
like, had, like, a loophole because, like, it was something...
Right.
Dude, who was this kid? He's in the league right now, and I can't think of who it is.
He was a white guy, wasn't he?
I
don't know.
This dude who I'm thinking of, he's a black dude. I'm trying to think where he was... I think he was considering IU for a while. I wish I could remember who it was, but he was, like... I think he played at, like, a prep school his senior year or something, and they considered that, like, college or something. They considered it, like, not... high school ball, so he can go to the league.
See, this is so crazy though because
it wasn't a white dude though.
When you see players like that go straight from high school, like you're walking down the fucking hall next to this guy, but they are next level people. Mm-hmm. Like they're not fucking real people.
If you ever watched the documentary about LeBron when he was in high school, it's incredible. I mean, he was a businessman at that age, pretty much. I mean,
like, you're a celebrity
creating a brand
from your fucking high school since you were like 9.
Especially with like social media now, like if you're getting into it now, like you could basically have your own fucking business on social media before you even fucking graduate high school.
Tyler reviews toys and he has the most fucking subscribers ever.
Didn't he make like $40 million a
year? He makes the most out of any YouTuber ever, and he reviews toys.
Yeah, he's like 7.
We should review toys.
Why?
Because maybe we'll get if we switch this podcast right now, no cussing, no bad stuff, no perverted stuff, and we say the Cummcast reviews toys, but not sexual toys, like regular toys, dude, we're fucking up there.
I feel like we'd have to change the name though.
Nah, Cummcast. It's our last name.
Cummcast when you're reviewing toys, like if you thought you were getting spikes from people trying to watch porn before, like that's exactly what happened again.
The Cummcast reviews toys literally sounds like one of those sites that just like pops up on your fucking web browser back in like 1999, and you're just like, what the fuck is this shit? And then you click on it and then it's like spam, virus, fucking malware everywhere.
LimeWire?
Yeah, fucking LimeWire, dude. I remember that.
Did you get FrostWire when they shut down LimeWire?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that fucking shut down. And then every time it's just like, you cannot download FrostWire. This is a blah, 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 blah. Whatever.
I remember I loved it because my buddy showed me FrostWire when LimeWire was still working, and I was like, what's FrostWire? Why do you use that? And he was like, it's blue.
No, literally, like, we use LimeWire. You introduced me to LimeWire.
Yeah.
And then FrostWire came out. I was like, hey, LimeWire shut down, and then FrostWire came out. It was an evolutionary thing that literally let everybody pirate songs and movies and audio from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was so hard to even just get like a song from like if you straight up bought it from iTunes or a CD and to get it on your iPod, you had to be a fucking computer programmer anyway. That shit was so hard. So I was like, well, I know how to do all this stuff anyway. Like I might as well, like I've taught myself how to pirate it. Might as well just do that now.
Right. And literally like everybody pirated so many songs.
Yeah.
And we told our mom about it. She was so worried we're going to get like the government called on us and stuff. I was like,
people
Mom,
way worse than us.
I was like, we're 12. I was like, we're okay. We're good.
I do remember the first time I heard about a CD burner. I was like, what's that? And it was like, oh, you can just take a CD that you bought, upload it, and then it stores on your computer, and then you can just recreate those CDs with a CD burner. And I was like, what?
Yeah. This was like, why are we buying this shit right now?
I remember around the time, like, maybe my older brother or I got my license, like, auxiliary cords weren't super common because, like, not everyone had, like, a smartphone that with, like, data readily available. Like, people had smartphones, but you weren't trying to use all the data back then. So I remember CDs were still super popular, and there was some program that everybody in my high school used to burn CDs, but they weren't playable in cars. You could listen to it somewhere else, but it's not in a car. I'm like, well, it's worthless.
Yeah.
It's worthless. If you can't play it in a car, what's the point of having a CD?
I'll take this home and go listen to it by myself later. Cool.
In my room. I'm just go listen in my room. I gotta plug my headphones into my stereo and just lay in bed and just pretend to read a magazine.
Yeah. Oh, cool. You gave me nothing. You gave me
while I'm listening to the new Breaking Benjamin CD.
You gave me a blank CD. You gave me something worse than a blank CD because I could put something on a blank CD correctly and listen to it in my car.
You can't do anything to this.
And then they had the cassette players where it had that cord coming out of your cassette player.
Right.
And you plug your phone or your MP3 player in there, and then it'd play through your car.
And now it's just like if you want a CD player in your car, you're fucked.
Yeah, you remember when you used to be able to smoke indoors? That was awesome.
Yeah, I do.
Ashtrays on the carts at Walmart.
Oh, remember the ashtrays in the doors of your car? Like they were the little flip things?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you dump those out?
You have to vacuum them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I've never thought of that before.
Yeah, like how do you vacuum out? You can't take them out.
I've ashed in people's before, but I've like never had a car that
There was a guy in high school that was on the football team with us, and we were riding around in his old Cadillac, and he had those in there. And so if somebody was smoking his car, they'd ash in that fucking thing, and they never got cleaned out. And an old person had the car before him, and I flipped it up one day, and it was full. It was from the person that had it before. And I was like, dude, you not clean these out? He's like, no, man. I was like, what? Oh, that's crazy.
I knew a dude who had a new car. So, like, not, like, previously owned by a smoker or anything. Like, a new car. And him and his buddies, like, we would cruise around, smoke cigarettes, and like, weed and shit in his car a bunch. But, like, an unruly amount of cigarettes were smoked in that car. So much so that the white, like, upholstery in the inside was fucking yellow.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And he was like 18. So he couldn't have, like, that damage had to have been done in like 2 years. Just like chain smoking.
That's
like,
crazy.
If the car's running, someone's in it with a cigarette.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's literally like the effort you'd have to go through. Like my old truck when I was in high school, it had a cigarette ashtray in the dash. I was just like, there's so much trouble to go through there and vacuum that out. Mm-hmm. It's one of those like when you go to take your car detailed back in like the 80s and 90s, just like, hey, don't forget to vacuum out the cigarette ashtrays in the door. And it's just like one of those things. And if you don't like tip them or anything, and they get a bad review on like not Google because it wasn't invented yet.
That's so weird to me that like, so that's built for like ashes and not butts because it's not very big and the butts wouldn't fit in there very well. So at the point where you're throwing your butt out the window, why don't you just crack the window and ash? Like, I think it's psychotic. Right. It used to be way more common. You still see some psychos doing it now, just smoking a cigarette in your car with like everything rolled up.
Especially in wintertime.
Yeah, maybe I can understand it in wintertime, but even still, I gotta
crack your window. Yeah. Fuck it if it's wintertime, dude.
Yeah,
and that's like, so you smoke cigarettes currently. Yeah. Is it worth it going out in the freezing fucking cold to smoke a cigarette?
I think about quitting every winter.
Really? So it's just like, is it one of those like, you just suck it back for as fast as you fucking can and then throw it out and then
I'm a quick smoker anyway, though.
Right. So it's just, you think about quitting every fucking way. But winter's coming up, man. You might make it this time.
Yeah, I know. But also, like, I've got it. Because I work from home, and you can order whatever you want to. Right. Like, just shipped to your house.
Right.
Like, I could just never leave in the wintertime if I wanted to.
But,
yeah. And that's if I wasn't doing mics or anything. But I'm still going to have to go outside a couple times a day just to let my dog out. So, like, You can't get around being cold in the wintertime. Like, I'm going to be cold.
And you weighed yourself before you came back in here, and you weigh less than you thought. He weighs 105 pounds, everybody. Whopping 105 pounds. Have that coming at you.
I float between... I gain a couple pounds and lose a couple pounds, like, super quickly, though. Right. But I usually float between 105 and 115. And the heaviest I've ever been, I think it was like 120 or 125.
Right. Have that coming at you at a fucking card table if you ain't hurrying up.
Or in a fucking drive-through parking lot. Or
right.
Fast food parking lot.
Bro, if you're at a Steak and Shake at 3 a.m. and you're being a piece of shit to your server, better watch out.
Hey,
Will's got his eye on you.
This guy, the big dude at Steak and Shake, he outclassed me, sure. Beat me up, fair and square. I'm not going to say he didn't. But I will say I out-wrestled him for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Will, fun fact, wrap you like a tree, son.
I was on the wrestling team.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't beat either of you guys, but I think I'd score a point.
How would you score your point?
Probably an escape.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Very fair.
Fair enough.
I'd get one escape, maybe a reversal, and that's about it.
Then break your leg.
One of you guys wrestled in high school.
That was me.
Yeah,
I wrestled in high school. And then Will just throws out the card deck and he's like, all right, man, hurry up and fucking deal. Hurry up and fucking deal, bro. Like, FanDuel's coming on in like 10 minutes, bro.
That game is getting ready to start.
All right, you want to get some news topics?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, so this couple... Wait, did we already do this one?
What is it? Couple names are... Yeah?
Oh, fuck, we already did this one. Never mind, you pull yours up. Sorry.
Okay.
I forgot we already fucking did that one. My bad.
So a German man sets a world record with 516 body modifications. This happened on the 23rd of this month. The German man set a Guinness World Record for the most body modifications. He said he isn't finished altering his body yet.
Is there a picture?
Yeah, bring this up, Cody. It's on UPI.
Is it? Maybe I would be delighted if it's the guy who I saw in the Guinness Book of World Records a long time ago. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't think this is the same guy.
Oh,
shit.
dude, I think it is that guy.
Is it him?
Yeah, he just looks really fucking bad or really good. I don't know which one.
Different every time you see him.
So Rolf Buchholz, he said his enthusiasm for body modifications didn't awaken until he got his first tattoo at age 40, pretty late. But then he became addicted, and now
he's
he has
like 60.
Yeah, he has 516 body modifications, tattoos, piercings, and subdermal implants, which he has, if we're looking at the pictures, and he has basically like
fucking head.
2 tiny chodes on his head that look kind of like horns.
Yeah, I remember seeing that dude in the Guinness Book a long time ago, and he looks completely different than he looks now. But I like how I saw someone who's a different person than what I saw before. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, basically, his mouth is just outlined with piercings. I mean, he barely has anything. I don't know. I feel like that would just get in the way of everything. I don't know. I'm not a huge. I'll probably never get a piercing, but
I've thought about it. I don't think there's any piercing that would look good on me. I wouldn't look good with an earring. My nose is crooked. I wouldn't look good with a nose.
I think you pull off gauges.
I feel like you've thought about this for a while.
A little bit, just because I see like stuff that looks nice on other people, and I'm like, it wouldn't look good on me.
Yeah.
So what have you thought about? Have you thought about getting like the bull ring, the septum?
Yeah, I like septum piercings.
I do not.
It looks weird. It would just look so bad on me.
I feel like some people can pull it off, but other people it just looks horrible.
Yeah, some girls can pull it off and they can look cute, and then other ones they just look like shit. And then the gauges, I know some people can pull off gauges.
I think he could pull off gauges.
I think maybe if I had some really little ones,
like
some
tiny
baby ones, but
dude,
that freaks me the fuck out. I wouldn't do it, dude.
The big ones.
No, anything. Any, like, big hole in my ear. Like, I can see maybe sticking a little needle through, sure. But, there's no way.
And see, do you think about the future for that, though? Do you think about the future at all when you think about doing that? No?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, you're the perfect person to have gauges then.
This dude did it at 40, so, I mean, you got plenty of time.
No, I mean, like, there's no future of me doing that.
Oh.
Is what I mean.
Okay. Well, so, yeah, I was just thinking about, if you think about your future and you go, like, with those big fucking gauges in your ear and you're just like, yeah, whatever, I'll be cool at 60 years old.
I'm cool with tattoos as a body mod for myself.
Right.
I mean, I've seen different tattoos and piercings and stuff on, like, people that look good and some that look bad, it just depends on who you are.
Right.
I think for me personally, a couple of tattoos and I'm good.
That dude's crazy, though. It says he has 158 just around his lip.
Piercings?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you gotta keep it high and tight.
I bet he cheats, dude. I bet he puts one just like inside of another one. And he's like, yeah, that's one. Like,
I mean, they get pretty close there around his lips. So
yeah. What do you think his favorite food is? Mashed potatoes?
Pussy. I mean, look at him, bro. He's a whole sex shop, dude. Look at him.
He basically is, yeah.
He's probably got a button installed in the back of his head that makes his fucking neck vibrate.
I don't know.
He's like that vibrating bed at a piece of shit motel back in the 80s.
I feel like it's souls. Like souls of people.
He sucks out your soul through your vagina?
Something.
He's got to be vegan 100%.
Oh,
has to be.
Yeah, you have to be.
I wonder if he's ever tried to fuck somebody with those things on his head.
His head lumps are made out of hummus.
I don't know.
I thought you were serious for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
It looks like he's got little baby Quado fingers growing out of the top of his head.
Right.
I just started eating hummus late in life. Like when I started working at Bear's Place.
I love hummus,
because they make, it's not on their menu anymore, but...
is it not? Do that?
They took a bunch of... So they have brunch now. and they took off some of this. It's just like a different menu now.
Yeah. Is that just for the time being or for permanent probably or what?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. I mean,
because you got the quesadilla and you got the garlic parmesan.
They got the garlic parm quesadilla.
Yeah.
But
garlic parm anything at that place because everything's made from scratch.
Excuse me, it's a garlic parm quesadilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
chicken
like
and bacon.
It was like probably the best seller.
Yeah, I usually get their chicken Caesar wrap and then it's got garlic parmesan sauce. So the garlic parmesan sauce, dude, is homemade. Oh my god! It's
also, if you go there and when it's like not busy and ask someone to make you something, they'll do it.
Yeah, any of their food there is fucking ridiculous. It's all made from scratch. It's awesome.
Really,
I like working there.
And somebody, Danny Hux, he'd always come up and he'd order a large thing of fries. He's like, they just got the best fries. And Logan walked up to me. He goes, another comic. He goes, because he worked in the kitchen. He's like, dude, they're just frozen potatoes. He goes, no, man, they're the best fries. He goes, you really? I go get a bag for you and show you. Like, they're just frozen fucking French fries.
No, they are, but like, people say that, like, they do taste really good. People come in and say that a lot. Like,
they're like giant McDonald's fries.
Really?
No, seriously, they're like giant McDonald's fries. They're like square and everything. Yeah, that's what they look like, giant McDonald's fries. Yeah,
there's like pre-season, and I guess the season that they put on is pretty good. And then sometimes, depending on who's working or whatever, or you can ask for the best place season.
Yeah, because you worked in the kitchen for a while, right? Yeah, you don't work there anymore, though, do you?
No, I was serving there for a minute.
Yeah.
After a while, though, it was kind of hard to work, and it's hard to work in a cocktail bar for me and serve people drinks all night.
Right. Probably, yeah. I can see that. Mm-hmm. I can definitely see that. It's just the temptation, even though you're 500 and something days sober, it's just...
Because I'm just seeing people having a great time when I'm serving for the whole shift.
I wish I was having a great time.
Yeah.
Everyone gets off work, and I'm closing with them, and they all get like a shift beer at the end of the night. It just seems like...
And you get a shift water.
Yeah, I got some Powerade or whatever.
Yeah.
Club soda.
And it's just like, hey, bro, break out the second deck. Yeah. Turn the fuck up.
Have a Virgin deck.
All right, so this pair of raccoons somehow broke into a bank. Probably
the operative word there.
Yeah. So this was in Redwood City, California. So basically, they were in the break room eating a tin of almond cookies. Which, if you're gonna leave some cookies at your place of work, bro, don't leave almond cookies. Leave like Thin Mints or something. I hate Thin Mints. So they were eating
almonds.
I love almonds.
That's why they were left there.
What?
That's why they were left there, though. People didn't want them.
Oh no, dude! I'd take the almond fucking cookies, bro.
I like almonds.
Yeah. So basically they were eating a tin of almond cookies. So I guess they just struck gold for the cookies, I guess. But the two were spotted Tuesday morning after a man using the ATM at the Peninsula Bank in Redwood City mistook one of the stuffed animals, the agency said in the news release. Stuffed animals? So when our team arrived, papers were everywhere and they rummaged through the trash cans. There were several broken ceiling tiles on the floor, and they knocked over a computer monitor.
Oh, so somehow they fucking came in through the roof.
Right. So the cookie bandits, they call them, left the bank in disarray. But how did the young raccoons manage to break into the high security facility? A tree leaning on the back of the bank's roof is basically most likely the clue. So there were muddy paw prints on a tree outside the bank. So we suspect the raccoons climbed the tree to the roof of the bank, then somehow managed to crawl into the air ducts.
To the air duct, like Mission Impossible.
This is like Chuck and Larry, but raccoons.
Yeah.
And he mistook them for a stuffed animal. It's just like, oh shit, stuffed animal, bro. Like, I gotta pull out this $20 for my fucking Starbucks. And it's just like, oh wait, that stuffed animal moved. No, it didn't. I need my Starbucks now.
I hate how misleading this article title was.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's
like it could have just been like way shorter written too. Just be like, hey, some raccoons got into some shit.
Right. Well, it's CNN, so I mean, they gotta give you the workaround. They gotta make it interesting. You gotta make news articles.
There must have been nothing going on that day.
There is nothing on CNN or any other news site besides politics. So it's just one of those things.
I kind of want to kick the guy in the teeth for writing this. Just wasted.
What's the guy's name? Put him on blast.
It's not on here.
No, go back to
the listeners' time.
Go all the way up.
Oh, it's at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google this guy. Wrestle
Lartheridge.
I think it's resell.
resell. You need to resell this fucking article. So rescuers chase the pair around for 10 minutes before finally shooing them away in the end. It's not every day an animal organization gets called to deal with a bank break-in. But since the bank robbers were masked bandits, oh my god, of the wildlife kind, we were indeed the appropriate responders.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, everybody, for wasting your fucking time with this article. I know I've said some stupid ones in the past, but this one's kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of, I feel bad.
Dude, this is local news. What are you doing,
I feel bad for picking this one. Bro, it's in California. That's everyday news. Come on now. Like,
ridiculous.
Like, okay, so...
robbed a bank. They robbed a bank. They got together and created a conspiracy to break into this place. They cased the joint for probably like 6 months and had a plan.
Yeah, and they're just like, all right, bro, this is how we do it. You break in the air duct, and I'm gonna grab the cookies.
The idea that these raccoons would rob a bank for personal financial gain is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Well, don't you think a raccoon could use some money for something? Like build a house with it?
No, I think raccoons are all stupid. I don't think any of them are cute. I know a couple people that have had them as pets. I don't think that.
I kind of want a raccoon for a pet.
I mean,
what about a skunk? What do you feel about a skunk for a pet?
Domesticated. I mean, I've heard a couple of skunks are sweet. I mean,
I like they're just stinky cats.
I would agree. It's
dude, I just wouldn't have a pet other than a dog.
Right.
I like animals. I mean, they're...
Would you ever own a snake? Are you a snake person?
No, I don't like snakes either. Like, there's some, like... I guess they have a right to exist. I mean, whatever. But
they have a right to exist, yeah.
They're cold. They're cold, and they...
I'll never have a snake, and I'll never have a bird.
I do. So if a pair of snakes broke into a bank, dude, what's their plan? Like, how are they getting in?
They don't give a fuck.
A toilet?
A toilet?
No.
Yeah, we had a guest on the podcast... guy I work with, Camden, he had a fear until he was like 13 years old that a snake was going to come up through the toilet and bite his balls. So he had a fear of that like for like 6 years.
I used to be really afraid of falling up the stairs and breaking all my teeth out. So
falling up the stairs?
Yeah, for a long time I would cover my mouth when I go upstairs.
like is this recent or like...
No, it's like when I was a kid.
For real? Damn.
Well, I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I lost my first tooth, I got beat up by a girl on the playground. I mean,
that's how you lost your first tooth?
Yeah, my life has just been nonstop violence, dude. Jeez. Getting my ass kicked. But
You still know this girl?
I can look her up and show you a picture of her.
So why did she kick the shit out of you?
Probably
you're like, come on, bro, do those fucking cards.
No, yeah, probably.
Take your fat ass down the slide. We ain't got all day.
she probably had a rough home life, if I had to guess.
That or you probably said some mean shit and she didn't like it.
Man, I'm trying to remember.
If you were nice back then?
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember being pretty nice to this person. But she like grabbed me. I don't think she did it on purpose, but she grabbed me around the because she was pretty big. I think she got held back a grade, so even
she got held back a grade.
So even bigger. And I'm just like small to begin with, and she grabbed my like collar and swung me around. I don't think she knew how far I would go, and swung around like this way, and my teeth hit the bench. And
oh shit!
Like this tooth went through my lip.
Shit.
This way.
Damn.
And my teeth weren't ready to come out whatsoever. So it wasn't like a tooth.
That shit hurt.
It was a tooth coming out through here, and it was connected, like just by the roots being ripped out of my mouth.
Oh, damn.
And I had to, I remember my dad took me to the ER, and they didn't do anything. They were like, "We're not dentists." They're like, "We don't operate on teeth." And he just had to take me to the fucking dentist. Like an emergency dentist or something.
Right.
And, I had to get my gums stitched back together. It was, like, pretty rough.
Shit.
Yeah,
dude.
so I was, like...
So what happened to her?
Oh, let me look up.
Does she have, like, a fucking face tattoo now?
She's cool.
she's cool, bro. Like, she got a couple kids. She's all right. She's working the night shift, Denny's, just hanging out.
I mean, looks like she's married with a kid. I mean, seems happy. I mean, also, like, I'm not holding that against her. Like, we're fucking 7 years old. But, yeah, for a while, I was really, like, kind of traumatized anytime. Because that was my first tooth I lost.
Damn.
So any tooth after that, like...
The first tooth you lost went through your fucking face.
I couldn't rip them out. So, like, someone would just take a tooth out or whatever. If someone would try to wrap something around or whatever, I would start like screaming, like really start fucking freaking out, having.
So when you lost
attacks.
one, it wasn't the tooth fairy. It was that girl coming back to fucking get you.
Pretty much. I mean.
Yeah, but literally the first one you lost went through your fucking face.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me.
It was like just not good on my gums.
Dude, I got a staple in my hand one time. Didn't hurt at all. I fell on it, and somehow there was a staple in my hand. Didn't hurt at all. Freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
It didn't even hurt coming out either.
Well, it was crazy because I would just like open my mouth and the most blood I'd ever seen came out of it.
Jeez. That's crazy, man. That's insane.
Yeah, so anytime a tooth was like ready to come out, which would be like maybe at top 3-minute process for a regular kid, I would have to sit there and I would just drool like the entire day until a tooth like without force would work its way out of my mouth.
Shit.
So you sit there the whole day just waiting on it.
Yeah.
Just waiting on it.
And everyone is like
So you just looked like this the whole time walking upstairs, just covering your face?
Lots of times I would just kind of
like nonchalant, just be like
yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
I remember like that just being a real fear in my life. Like,
so what did you say to her? Anything?
I think I asked her if she had a crush on this kid named Sean.
And then she fucking rammed your teeth through your fucking lip?
She fucking...
Holy shit!
Which confirmed for everyone listening that, she's that defensive because she does have a crush on Sean.
Right.
And then they dated.
She fucking windmilled you into a bench.
So did you ever get an apology when you came back with a hole in your face or what? No?
I mean, no, I think maybe she did, but like... She should have gave me a bunch of money or something. Crazy.
Give me some pennies,
She
bro.
fucked me up for years.
I mean, yeah, just I'm sorry doesn't really do anything.
No, it doesn't do you any good for the mental anguish of covering your face when you walk upstairs.
Right.
And that's one of those subtle things you're not going to notice while like if I looked at you walking upstairs, you're not going to notice that.
No.
But it's one of those things internally you're like, yeah, bro, I'm worried that I'm going to fall and all my teeth are going to fall out.
But it was just like you just have your hand like in front of your face like you told yourself something funny and you're just like,
yeah, laughing at it. That's awesome.
I think this is that guy who asked if she had a crush on.
Oh, he's attractive. well worth losing your teeth, Will. Well worth it. Not really.
You got a crush on Sean? What'd you say? Boom!
It's not worth losing your teeth.
I think I accidentally knocked my brother's tooth out one time.
I accidentally, I think we talk about this. I accidentally chopped the shit out of Ryan. I didn't do it on accident. I chopped your finger. I chopped your finger.
What? You did it on purpose?
No, I chopped your finger on accident, but we were using our mom's cheese knife. We were cutting a straw paper, and it's just like a dull miniature cleaver. Yeah. And he's like, don't hit my finger. I was like, okay.
I was just holding a piece of paper. I was like, don't hit my finger. Don't hit my finger. Don't hit my finger. Wham!
Right in the fucking finger.
Right on my fucking finger.
Yeah. I've hurt you a lot over the years.
Yeah.
Never serious, though. Like, you've never had a serious injury. Neither of us have.
Kind of could have lost that finger. But whatever.
It was a cheese knife.
I don't know.
It would have had a little piece of cheddar on it. You're good.
Yeah, blood. All right.
Well, man, that's time. We're almost 2 hours, aren't we?
Yeah, we pretty much are.
Awesome.
Let's just end it there.
All right.
All right, everybody. That is the episode. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for downloading. Thanks for telling a friend if you told somebody. Go rate and review us on whatever platform you listen to. It doesn't matter. Everything is in the description. All the links. Go follow our shit. Send us an email if you feel like, you want to reach out to us or you want us to talk about something or maybe we said something a little bit too controversial, which we kind of do on this show sometimes, and you want to call us out on it, whatever. But we appreciate you guys so much. Of course, we couldn't do the show if it wasn't for you. So thanks a lot. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Stay safe out there. Let's get the fuck out.
All right, Will, do you have anything to promote?
By the time this comes out, I think the only thing that I'll have booked is November 21st. I'll be in Louisville. At this one place I was at one time, I think it's called Lavish Looks. It's just like a cocktail bar and
awesome.
hair salon. They do hair too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was super fun. Last time I went, so I'm excited.
So November 20, you said November 23rd?
21st.
21st.
Yeah,
November 21st in Louisville. Lavish Looks. So go check him out. Do you want to share?
Oh, and then, Comedy Attic, like, about every other week.
Yeah, if you're ever in or around Bloomington and you want to go check out the Comedy Attic, it is world-renowned, nationally known. Go check it out. Will's there. Will is there. He is a local comic.
We're streaming shows because they do the weekend shows. For free.
So streaming shows. So check it out, the Comedy Attic. If you want to see some good local comedy from Indiana, if you're from Indiana, or if you're just passing through, just go check it out. It's a great place. A lot of very popular comics have been there. You're great shows. You're guaranteed to laugh. So Will, thank you again for coming on.
Yeah,
it was great having you, man.
guys.
It was a good podcast. Thank you all so much. We hope you enjoyed it. Go and get some of the Baewatch beer from Big Lug Canteen Brewing Co. It is amazing fruit beer, great taste, full-bodied, awesome. We will see you all next episode. Everybody, have a blessed week. Stay safe. Remember, be the person your dog thinks you are. Drink a good beer. Read a book. And milk that motherfucking pig, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.
We out.
Life without